The fancy intro thing now that I just pushed us live?
Nah. That's
This is mostly just for Nicole.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hello, Nicole, and anyone else.
She can prepare one more spell because she has 6. What? Wait, no, she can't. Never mind. What does she get for being a Star Druid? I'll figure it out. Guidance.
Well, this is my first time playing D&D in Windows 10, so let's hope this goes well.
Oh, exciting.
Ugh.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Chrome. That should operate exactly the same.
Yeah. Would you suggest Windows? What is it? Edge? Microsoft Edge?
No.
Because the course it keeps throwing it at me, and I'm like, nah. We learned this lesson in Windows Explorer, right?
No. If you were going to use any other browsers, I would use either Firefox or Opera. And Opera is basically just Chrome with some extra features tacked on.
It sings opera to you every time you open it.
It's actually a Quotey Fingers gamer browser, and like it'll tell you like when new games.
Gamer browser.
It's got like a gamer mode where it makes sure that it won't eat up a certain amount of memory. It reduces the memory or the bandwidth on tabs that you're not using. So like if you're watching Critical Role and you flip to another tab and then you flip back, Critical Role will be kind of all pixelated for a second because it'll have dropped the video quality. But then it'll, after a second or two, it'll pop it back up.
All right. D&D, is everybody ready?
D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, last time on D&D, you guys met Pierre Salvador. He was a young knight from the Alliance. You guys met him on your road down to Lavencaster to enjoy some nice time off, celebrating the Midsummer's Festival. While on your road there, you guys ended up traveling together for a small bit, and ended up doing battle with a number of predatory creatures called Bargheists. After slaying them, Pierce asked to travel with you guys for a little bit to help learn from some more seasoned adventurers. And after he offered to pay for some of his travel expenses and help out with the party with lodging and other things like that, you guys begrudgingly let him come along. You guys had a week of downtime in Lavencaster. At the end of that week of downtime, you guys participated in the Midsummer's Festival, had all kinds of fun festivities and joyous revelry. After enjoying your time off, you guys took a ferry up to Lawry to hunt down the terror that was plaguing Luxwin Bog. You met with the Lawry Hunters Guild, as they had just had a team dispatched by the creature. And after excellent detective work by Boots, you guys learned some weaknesses of the creature that you used in the battle, including a vulnerability to lightning. Your lives flashed before your eyes, but you did manage to slay the creature. And
some of our lives, anyway.
Through a bit of accidental doomancy.
And in an alternate timeline. And you guys dissected the creature and retrieved 2 magic items, including the Ring of Water Walking and the Last Stand armor from inside the creature, and were on your way back to the town. Is there anything you guys would want to do on the one-day journey through the swamp back to the nice little dock town of Lawry?
Make sure I don't get bit by an alligator would be...
Make a perception check.
Okay.
First roll on stream, make it good.
Boots.
Boots rolled a 4, if that matters.
A ranger doesn't notice anything. Got it.
So we were. That means it's perfectly
she's
safe.
a druid.
She's a druid. Why does everybody think she's a ranger?
Thanks, shit.
And Prince
I'm gonna keep
everything.
calling her a ranger.
Her definitely doesn't get bit by an alligator.
Those boots.
No, she doesn't either. There's no alligators.
Are there crocodiles?
Fate comes
see
back
any.
for both Boots and Corinne, and something eats them.
You cannot escape death. But you guys go ahead and eventually make your way back to Lowry.
Final Destination D&D edition.
And the day of the city is just kind of starting. There's ships coming in out of port. The businesses are all opened up, and the streets are just entering their kind of daily hustle and bustle. And where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do?
I think the
wants to
first thing
find
we have to do is decide whether or not we're giving back this armor to the Hunters Guild, or maybe trying to purchase it from them. Does anyone want either of these items?
I don't think we would mind the last chance armor, but Karg doesn't think that's a priority. He wants to find the crazy old man and see if he can buy some bugbear and gravy pie first. He's just been having a hankering for that.
That guy was in the other city. You'll have to go back to Ravencaster.
Now he's just going to have to start dreaming of it. I guess we can focus on the story then.
We could
You're gonna have
look
to go
around
back
the
and find
town
that
and see
guy.
if anyone will make that for you, though.
Make a persuasion check, Karg.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't persuade nobody. Hello, roll 20. I clicked it.
Hello.
Hello.
You can't quite find anyone. Actually, let's see. Nope, you can't find anyone willing to make it for you, but nobody thinks you're super weird. Which, if you asked anywhere else, they probably would. Eating bugbear is not illegal or anything, but it is kind of social taboo. However, you use some suave talking and manage to ask without being weird about it.
Can't cannibalism adjacent.
We're walking social taboo, so I'm not really overly worried about it.
You explained to everybody exactly how good it was in the pie eating contest, and we back up that it was the winning pie.
That's right. It was the texture was stringy and tough. It really made you work at it. It gave you a sense of accomplishment when you were done.
I think Boots is going to hear that Karg really wants it, and she's going to look around and see if she can try to find the ingredients to make the pie herself.
Have her make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. 17. That's actually Boots.
She manages to find all of the ingredients except for the bugbear meat, which no one sells here.
That's too bad. That's critical.
Can she make a
substitute?
A nature check to attempt to find an approximation?
Or
Yeah,
just go hunt some
I'll allow
bugbears.
it.
13.
Oh,
Bugbears are people. You can't just hunt them.
Now, I will say though,
Are they?
we very intentionally have terror available to be made into food products.
That's
So
true.
if she wants to make terror and gravy pie, I'm okay.
She
with that.
could try that.
I want to save some of it for terror stew because I've been looking forward to that.
I guess it's up to Kryn, who's playing Boots. Then would she look for a substitute, like for example goat, which is sold in the market, or would she approach Garganto and ask for some of the terror meat?
I think she would probably ask for some of the terror meat.
I'd assume they would give it to her.
Absolutely.
And I guess while Boots, what skill is cooking?
Performance?
There is like a
There's a performance aspect to it and a survival aspect to it, I would say.
Maybe nature?
That's a great question.
Deception
Right.
to make sure if you can make the goat taste like.
Of course, to start off the first stream, though, we would have like the most important and most active member of the team be the person that's not here.
Right?
I'm trying to see. So cooking utensils you can get proficiency in.
Animal handling.
You're not wrong. You are handling an animal.
I'm gonna say make. This page is recommending a history check for like cultural meals and a survival check for like foraging and just scrap food. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be a survival check, but without
Killed it.
Wow.
with disadvantage because she doesn't have proficiency in cooking tools. I don't think.
Still 14.
She doesn't.
That's still D's.
So
It's
I rolled a history and a survival if it matters.
she makes a decent approximation. It's not quite the same, but it still fills that gap in your heart for bugbear pie.
So
It'll hold you over until you find a bugbear.
Well, Karg is satisfied that there's terror in it, and he doesn't exactly have a refined palate, so it's 100% awesome as far as he's concerned.
he's gonna bring it, or she's gonna bring it to Karg, and be like, Mr. Kargato, I will give you this, but you have to let me put flowers in your hair.
Easy trade.
And while he's eating, she'll put flowers in his hair.
I mean, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. If she cooks him weird food while braiding his hair, I think that's a win-win.
Nicole's going to be very excited that you did that to her, and I just want you to know that.
It makes sense.
All right. So you guys do have the bounty for the creature that you can collect at the Hunters Guild. It was 1,500 gold pieces last you heard, so you guys will get a very decent sum of money. Although you may or may not share it with Pierre Salvador. I suppose that's kind of up to you guys. I think he would probably expect some of the payment, considering that he helped.
I think even Credden would be like, he earned his keep, and we should pay him. So we're dividing it? What, 6 ways then?
Well, it'd be 7 with him.
7? 7, yeah. So
Yep.
Calculator time.
It would be 215 gold each. We'll say. We'll say they'll round up, because you avenged their comrade. So it'll be 215 each.
Nice. That's good payday.
Better than a poker in the eye.
Yeah. So you guys make your way back to the Hunters Guild. You find Dara, the red tiefling, who's the leader of this branch of the Hunters Guild. The Hunters Guild has like different precincts all around the Borderlands, but she's kind of the head of this one. And she's very professional. She's very grateful to you guys, and she's happy to provide it. And then she kind of asks, so did you get those items that we were looking for? They were critical and heirlooms, and the members that we lost, and they'd much like them back. Although for the right amount of gold, I suppose we could look the other way and allow you to procure them.
We did get them back. And I think we've all decided that we would like to return them to you.
Well, it's very kind of you. It's very much appreciated that you all would do this for us.
And I will give them back the Ring of Water Walking and the Last Stand armor.
She will take them.
All right. They are out of the party loop.
Deleted.
They have been kicked out.
This was the city with the golden seagull inn or whatever, right?
Yes, there's the attraction is that there's golden seagulls circling the tavern, and you guys found upstairs they have like pigeon traps set up, and then they basically paint them gold and let them go.
Uh-huh.
When we need to stay somewhere, I want to go there. They promised they would make terror stew if I brought back terror.
Did they? I don't remember that, but I believe
I specifically asked him, and they're like, "No, please don't go. We're running out of patrons."
Oh yeah, that's right. That did happen. Well, you go to the Golden Goal with the amount of terror meat that you have left. You could probably make another meal out of, and you arrive, and they're very happy to see you. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna get so many customers. They're not all gonna die," and they cook you up a nice terror stew on the house. Although it's not as good as Boots's.
That's disappointing. He's supposed to be a pro. I will try a few different kinds of ales to find the best pairing, and then it turns out I think they're all awesome pairings.
And then they're all the same ale.
They're
just in
all
different
different.
mugs.
They're different. You mix them all together in a bucket and drink it.
Nice.
And while you guys are kind of staying there and just kind of enjoying your decompression day, some other patrons come into the tavern who stand out. They come in and are immediately seated, and everyone kind of looks a little uncomfortable, kind of shifting. They're in fine dressed robes, adorned in different religious symbols, and there's one person among them who seems to also be wearing some type of battlement gear, armor and a helmet. They have a shield and sword, while the others look more just like kind of commoners, just with an unusual amount of religious wear. Once they start sitting down and kind of getting their drinks and food, the tavern just kind of starts clearing out, and people just don't seem interested in being there anymore.
Do people seem more uncomfortable around these people than us? By us, I mean Karg and Gonto.
Probably not when you first got there, when you guys first arrived in town, especially in this tavern, everyone was more uncomfortable. But now that they've gotten to know you and you've gotten them some terror stew, they're more comfortable with you than probably these people.
Being from the Borderlands, would Kryn recognize these people?
Yeah, make a history check with advantage.
Alright. Nope. I got no idea.
Yeah, you're not sure. All you needed was like a 5, but...
If I have advantage, then...
Oh, you do have advantage. That's right. Okay. These are people who are followers of the god Havdal, who's the god of the sun and justice. There are a lot of different denominations of people who follow him, and they disagree on pretty much everything. There are people who view the sun god as warm and inviting, and that everyone's like his children, and that he's there to shine a light in their life. And there's other people who are more akin to this sect of followers, who believe that the sun god Havdal is about burning through wickedness.
Yes,
and
wrathful god.
Yes, his son is the sun is beating down on us because he's always watching with anger. And they are not about protecting innocence; they are about dispelling wickedness. Like in a hostage situation, they would kill the hostage if it meant they could kill the hostage taker. They are only concerned with eliminating evil. And generally, there's one person who is kind of the leader. And they are called an incendiary, and they basically have a large group of roadies who are their kind of fanatical followers.
Gotcha. Okay, well, they're gonna come in, and Kryn is gonna eye roll and ignore them and go back to his ale and his cigar.
And they immediately start preaching, and you can see why everyone cleared out.
I want to see if I saw Kryn's eye roll.
I'd imagine it was pretty obvious.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him why, and then drink and question the eye roll and why everybody's blowing out. Basically, I'm sure he can explain.
I'm gonna just say, listen, you'll find out soon enough.
And sure enough, within a few minutes of drinking, the armored fellow stands up and approaches your table, immediately walks up to Kargonto and says, "Oh, poor creature. What horrible corruption has fallen upon you?"
I'm not poor. We just made a bunch of money killing a terrorist.
Make a persuasion check.
We're eating it right now.
Would you like some?
Well, then you are truly. The Bright Father must smile upon you. I wonder then why he would allow this horrible two-headed growth to appear on you. Where are you from? How did this happen to you?
I'm gonna make sure I finish eating first. Pause a second longer. Clear my throat. And then, I don't think you've heard of where we're from.
It's likely not, but if there are more... So you're just... This is just what your people are. This isn't some type of awful corruption or curse that's been inflicted upon you.
I'm gonna squint my eyes, ask him, and say, "Is this just what your people are? Is there some awful affliction or curse upon you as well?"
Indeed, brother, there's a horrible affliction deep within all of us.
Kryn's
And it is
trying
the
not to
wickedness
crack
we are
up.
born with. Truly, we are all born with wickedness and disdain deep down, but the Bright Father will burn it out of us, so long as we hold each other accountable.
Oh no, I was just referring to the fact that you're a dick.
He just shakes his head and then pulls out a small prayer book that he seems to have a ton of on him and just kind of sets it down on your table and then goes back to his companions.
Anto picks it up and throws it at him.
I'm gonna do something with it too, but that's better.
Make a strength check, Anto.
Oh, that was a saving throw, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. It's pretty much the
Whatever.
same.
Natural 17.
Thunk! He drops his mug. It shatters on the ground. He just looks at you with hate, and you see all of his roadies, his fanatical followers, kind of gasp.
Decorin sighs and casts mage armor.
I'm gonna scold Anto for wasting perfectly mediocre ale.
And
I didn't waste it. He wasted it.
you watch as he huffs out, and he turns and just storms out. And all of his followers immediately get up and start making their way out without paying the tab. And each of them on their way out, there's 4 of them, and each of them on his way out says, "Bright Father's blessings upon you." And then the next one walks out the door. "Bright Father's blessings upon you." And they all do that, just kind of one after the other in a line on their way out.
Oh.
They kind of chase him out into the street as he's huffing off.
Kryn is laughing his ass off. He thinks this is fucking hilarious.
I'm going to throw the proprietor a gold piece to cover the cost of whatever and the broken glass and all that shit.
All right. And the rest of the day passes by uneventfully.
All right. Well, as we were sitting there at the table before we all adjourned, I would have gone around to everyone and asked, what exactly do we think we're gonna do next? We didn't really have any propositions after this one that I can recall.
At this point, Pierce stands up, and he says, "Well, if I may, we've been traveling together for about a week or so now, and I've really enjoyed my time working with all of you, but it is time for me to depart back to the Alliance. I must admit I had some ulterior motive in pursuing you all here, and I hope that does not hurt the bond that we've created. We have a shortage in the Alliance of people like you at the moment. Adventurers, bounty hunters, monster slayers, notice board pursuees. Most of the Alliance has moved away from adventuring as a pastime, as a career, as a hobby. And part of my reason for coming here was to seek out adventuring groups who wouldn't prey on our citizens and would be useful additions to complete the tasks that is now empty. There is a void waiting to be filled in the Alliance for adventurers like all of you, and the need is becoming so great that my order is even willing to pay if you'd like to be some sort of contractors. Contracting adventurers in the Alliance, you'd be more than welcome at any time. I just have really enjoyed working with all of you, and I think your talents would be much better served working for an organization like my Order of Knights than it would be going from notice board to notice board in the Borderlands. It's just something I'd like all of you to consider as I make my way home."
Seems like a reasonable request and something I think will require some discussing. How would you like us to get in contact with you should we accept?
Certainly, and he writes down instructions for basically just his city and where he's from, and you can send a messenger raven or any other kind of postage there, and he'll get it.
Okay.
Between bites of whatever it is I'm eating, because I'm like Brad Pitt in every movie he's in, he's always eating something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask the good Sir Knight how tolerant they are of folks like the kind we ran into last night in his alliance.
Well, in the Alliance, we have guards and order and a government who keeps watch on religious fanatics like that. Here in the Borderlands, those fanatics are empowered and don't have to answer to anyone but themselves. All religions are welcome and permitted in the Alliance, but religious fanaticism is something we keep an eye on. They certainly wouldn't be allowed to behave like that without reprimand.
Oh.
But it's just with the war over, for some reason no one's interested in adventuring and bounty hunting and jobs like that, and we have a need for them we didn't realize we had. We have a strong military, but our military forces are not equipped to deal with the odd jobs that come with adventuring and cave spelunking and the other things that you all do.
Has the coronation happened yet, Thomas, or is that still in the near future?
It is at the end of this week, so it's coming up.
You happen to know of any prospects that your order currently has?
Too many to count. Last I checked, our requests for service were numbering, somewhere in the mid-40s, backlogged.
Anything particularly close?
Well, not here in the Borderlands. All of our focus is on the Alliance mostly, but there are a few jobs we have which are require discretion that I would not be able to discuss until I was sure that you would be joining us, of course.
At this point, Crin's just gonna get up and leave without saying a word.
Well,
Interesting.
we'll be in touch either way. We'll let you know.
Thank you. And he walks off. Gives everyone a nod.
I suppose Boots would probably also follow Crin.
Yeah, I'd imagine she would. She doesn't know why, but she's storming off too.
Right, she's probably not storming. She'd probably just be like, what? And then just kind of like scurry after him, I would imagine.
Are we leaving?
Oh,
Right,
we're
exactly.
leaving. Okay. I guess we'll go to bed.
Okay. You guys go to bed in the tavern, spending some time in the Golden Goal, and when you come to the next morning, you guys would, I'm assuming, find Crin there at some point in the morning.
So I'm messaging you what Crin is doing.
Oh, interesting.
Super secret.
Oh, you're right, Marcus. Okay. When we take like a 5-10 minute break, I'll send you that, Marcus.
Alright.
Sorry about that. That's my bad. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I did too.
Also, I think Karag needed to make a perception check. Or Anto, or both.
Depends. If it's the night, only one of us will be awake. If we're both awake, then we both need to do it.
Yeah, both of you would. I think one of you would need to. You
it
guys can
would've-
pick which one, because it's always one of you.
It was during the dinner.
And both of you. Okay. And one from... What's the intelligence check for, Karg?
I was trying to see if Karg would be thinking what I'm thinking, because I'm not sure if it would dawn on him, so I just...
Oh, interesting. Okay. You're trying to see if Karg is as smart as you are.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you smarter than Annette?
It's going to take him a while to dawn on him, though, so he'll bring it up at breakfast.
Okay, so neither one of you would notice then. And you need to add a health potion to your inventory.
Okay. Are you adding it to your inventory, Jay, or am I adding to mine?
Alright, what?
They snuck a health potion in our bag. Do you want to add it to your inventory, or do you want me to add it?
Oh, you can add it to yours.
I like to think Garganto just has 2 different bags, one for each arm.
Right.
Probably, right?
I mean, we could, but also those arms are probably long enough to reach either.
Well,
My
sure.
bag! That's my bag!
All right. And I guess I'm assuming you'd be back by the morning, Crin.
I would, yeah.
And
I would spend the night in my room too. Like I'd be back after
gotcha.
like a couple hours or whatever.
And the next day when you guys come down for breakfast, Crin's back after his dramatic exit.
It wasn't that dramatic. Like I didn't like storm off or anything.
Just walked out while he was talking to you.
I just got up and left.
Yep.
After ensuring that breakfast has been secured, Karg is going to seem very much like deep in thought, and he's going to go, There's a lot of people that think this new emperor is going to start a war, and then there's a knight here recruiting people for secret missions. I don't know if we have any interest in getting involved in a war, because that certainly sounds like what that sounds like.
It could be. I would say that conscripted contractor work doesn't usually align directly with military work, but the Alliance has its own military. They weren't trying to conscript us for that. It seems more like they were just looking for somebody who would be able to do odd jobs that the military can't handle, which could perhaps be connected to the fact that there may be a war soon, that maybe they don't want to send their military out because they're worried they may be needed for such a war, but that probably still wouldn't involve us.
You don't send the military for a political assassination.
Or any number of other things that the military is ill-equipped to do that have everything to do with war.
And in a situation like that, we're disposable. They don't care about us. We have no history with them. We're from the borderlands, or at least I am. I might as well not even have a name to them.
I'm gonna go.
Well, you seem like you in particular would be an ideal candidate to take that sort of position, because you could have any name, at any form, at any time. If you didn't like the assignment they gave you, you could just hop away to a different form and just walk away from it.
There's a reason I decide to look like a changeling instead of some other being all the time. I shouldn't have to hide who I am.
No, but like you could if you chose to.
And the Empire, I would. They're prejudice.
Yes.
Empire is definitely more prejudiced. The Alliance is pretty accepting of pretty much everybody. They're just like, yeah, weirdos accepted.
Oh, but this guy, I thought he was the Empire. Is he not the Empire?
No, he's from the Alliance. Crane's from the Empire.
Okay, that's my bad. Then Kryn probably wouldn't have as much of an issue with this guy.
And so
everything Kryn just did.
So you don't know if he was telling the truth or anything, but from what he's saying, their military isn't either able or allowed to deal with just like there's a crocodile monster in the swamp.
No attacks.
Can I retroactively then make an insight check, because I thought he was an Empire guy, at which point Kryn just would not listen. Didn't matter what he
makes
said.
sense. Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Okay.
It's not like we've never retconned anything before.
8. Everything continues as normally would have.
What it sounds like he's saying is, if there's a war, the military can't handle day-to-day jobs, so they're looking to hire random adventurers to come deal with all their problems while they're at war. But they also don't just want to invite every schmuck with a sword to come over and start killing monsters. So he was kind of scouting you guys out to see if you'd be a good fit.
Yeah. That's why he came with us, and that's why he made the offer, because he likes what he sees.
And this isn't not a time-sensitive thing. It's just he's like, if you guys ever want a job, we have a lot of work piling up.
Yep.
Did I get a sense of him just in the time that we were with him? Like, A, how competent is he, and B, did I get any kind of sense of his morality or even like political leanings?
Yeah, I'll have you make an insight check with advantage.
With advantage?
Well, because you guys were with him for a week. Like, you took a bunch of days on the ferry, you traveled through the bog.
11. Not rolling great.
For competency, he's about as competent as he's about on a scale of like 1 to 20. He's like a level 5 competency.
Oh, okay.
Pretty arbitrary numbers, Thomas.
Give him a big 5. Got it.
Morality-wise, he's super. I mean, you guys met him when there was just monsters on a trail, and he decided to go help, and you guys just kind of tagged along. He's very proactive, willing to help people, even though these aren't his people. Like, these aren't his.
He's like paragon of good.
Yes.
And maybe even a little naive.
Absolutely naive. He's so insecure that it makes him brave. Like, this is something you'd pick up kind of over the time. He's really insecure about not being a good hero. so he overcompensates by just seeking out danger.
So he's going to get himself killed, is what you're saying.
Well, he's like, I don't want to fight this crocodile monster, but a good adventurer would, and I want to be a good adventurer, so I'm going to go fight it.
Right.
And he's not like super crazy, I'm going to throw myself against anything that I can, but he's definitely, he has something to prove to everybody.
All right, Cloth. It's you and me.
Oh yeah, Cloth, I'm ready. I'm coming for you, brother.
All right. Well,
he likes the Alliance a lot. He's a big fan of the Alliance.
Kryn probably wouldn't hate this guy. He would probably see him as naive, and he would probably be wary of him, but he wouldn't just be like an outright no. Okay.
I question the judgment of Alliance leaders that send a 12-year-old in plate mail to come find good adventure.
He's 16.
Statement stands.
Well, I mean, at the time, 16, you're
Yeah.
well on your way to being a martial knight or whatever.
Like I said, statement stands.
Fair enough.
He's 12.
He's 12.
He's 12, he's 12, yeah.
Karg doesn't do well with age. He's like 12, 30, same thing.
It's like Thomas and his mental images of everyone.
I mean-
I don't care what you look like. You are what you are in my head.
I mean, you could make the same argument on the other end of the spectrum for a 400-year-old gnome, but, you know.
Sure.
You've got experience. You've been alive this long. You know how to stay alive. With as frail and sickly as you are, that's impressive.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so kind of the things that you guys could do, I'll just give you guys some options because it sounds like you're kind of looking for something to do. You have that job that Crane offered you guys in the Empire. Super secret, super lucrative pay. He said that'll take a couple months. I understand you guys weren't really interested in that. The Alliance...
Kryn will outright refuse to do that, and
Sure.
if everyone wants to do that, Kryn will probably leave the party.
Okay,
Yep.
good to know.
Throwing that out there.
And we're aware.
The Alliance is looking for adventurers. They are having an adventurer shortage, so they need help up there. There's tons of stuff to always do in Lavencaster. They're always having problems because they're a big city, so you can go there and find plenty of work. The Hunters Guild has many other sister and brother branches. If you guys wanted to pursue a relationship with them, you could certainly do that. And you can always return to Airedale and reconvene with your old friend Chester and see what he has going on. Because he's a super important figure, and he said that he'd get his workshop up and running and then have some stuff for you guys, and it's been about a month since then, so that's probably done.
Is Lavencaster the place that had the pie contest?
Yes.
Okay, that's where Karg wants to go.
Always
that is
thinking with
the
your stomach.
question, though, is I guess I would ask each person, is what exactly are you looking for in terms of, you know, what are your individual goals so we can attempt to adventure to meet those goals?
Thomas, I do have a question, so that I can better answer Jay's question, at least in the short term. What is the political relationship between the Empire and the Alliance?
So, I'll give you guys a quick synopsis again. Basically, Grandpa, I'll just call him Grandpa to make it more simpler. Grandpa Kadrin decided, you know what, I'm going to be an emperor, I'm going to conquer everybody.
Yep.
Then his son, when he died of old age, his son said, okay, we're not doing that anymore. And everybody liked him a lot, and he paid reparations to everybody that he conquered, and he offered a bunch of apologies. He was super nice, everybody liked him.
Did he continue to retain their territory?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Because their infrastructure was destroyed, and all of their leaders had been murdered and executed. So they're just kind of like, he's like, I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
Then he died unexpectedly, and his son is about to be coronated as the new emperor, but his son is a kid, like he's a teenager, and no one knows if he's going to be super nice like his dad or fucking crazy like his granddad. So right now, the alliance between the Empire and the Alliance is super tense. It was really bad, and then it was really good, and now nobody knows what's going to happen. So they're basically just not communicating at all.
Gotcha.
And the Borderlands is just like nobody wants it. They're just like, nope, you can't conquer that, and we can't conquer that. We just let them do whatever they want. So every city in the Borderlands just kind of runs itself. There's no overarching Borderlands government.
And the Alliance historically, are they generally nice guys, friendly guys, or are they kind of?
Yeah, they came together for survival. The Empire was taking over everybody, and they said, okay, we all have to come together, or we're all going to get conquered, and that's what happened. And since then, they've just decided to maintain that alliance. So it's not universal. Like, it's not just the alliance is good or bad, but different parts of it have their own rulers and things, even though they're an alliance.
So it's kind of like almost the UN. Like
Yes,
they're a collective, but they're also individually autonomous.
Exactly. That's a great example. Or like the EU.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I said UN, I meant EU.
Yeah, they're a lot like the EU,
Okay.
but they're very like progressive. They all have like
libtards.
yeah, they're very progressive. Everybody has like rights. There's no like slavery problems or anything like that. Prejudice is pretty much gone.
Okay, so Kryn would like that place then. Just based on how you're describing it, Kryn would be like, that place is cool.
Yeah, their biggest problem is just their government's not as strong as Cadron's because they just don't have a strong military or as much cohesion. So the quality of life there is very high, but they're a little weak, so no one knows how to deal with problems.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool.
Exposition dump.
I'll cast a message to Rogar so he can respond to me.
Rogar will just pull out the drawing of a creature that he showed you before and just show it to you.
Still no idea where that is.
Shake my head no.
But we can assume that it's not anywhere we've been before. So your goal essentially is to go to new places and search for this creature.
Shake my head yes.
That actually aligns with my goals personally. I spent too much of my life in the Empire working under others and not pursuing what I could do and reaching my full potential. I'd like to see new places. So as much as I'd love to go get more of the pie in Lancaster, I think wherever our travels take us, it should be to somewhere new that we have not yet explored.
You guys want to take a few minute break because while you guys think about what you want to do.
Too many options.
Well, if you asked Kryn would say that I'm looking for someone and that I haven't found any leads as to where they are yet. And that would probably be the extent of it. So Kryn's good with just about anything at the moment because he doesn't know where he's headed. And Boots, I'm assuming, would probably just follow along with Kryn.
I don't know. Jay keeps talking about like long-term goals and what do you want out of life, and Karg is just confused and wants some pie.
Karg is like food. I want food out of life.
But do you want the same food that you've had before, or do you want to try new foods?
Sure.
Sold. Like that simple.
Yes. Either or. Yes.
I can eat other things. Of course, I want to do that. Take me.
Maybe we can pick up pie on the way to the new things.
There you go.
Well, if we go to the Alliance, it would be a way to potentially find more information, find new cultures. I'm sure there's work there. And we might make contacts there that can help us.
with our individual goals.
And who knows? Some of the things that they have for us might lead right back here.
Maybe. I know that we're a lot more likely to find a academic type that'll know the creature that Drogar's after and where we might find it. They'll have more varieties of food, that's for sure.
Food?
So
So then, to the Alliance?
I'm good with it if everyone else is.
Thomas, do we know, like, what traveling to the Alliance would entail?
Absolutely. So it's really far. There are quite a few methods of travel.
Oh, wrong button.
You can take like ferries and boats, which is probably the fastest way, although definitely the most expensive way, just through various rivers, and you'd have to stop and hike to the next kind of area where they do that. Teleportation circles are a thing, but they are very hard to come by, and they're not like public access. Like the king might have a teleportation circle, but you're not just going to find one. The other option is by foot, which would take you guys about 2 months. There's another place in the Borderlands that has... Oh man, I have to remember what it's called. I have it somewhere. But essentially, they have great eagles, which can fly to different places, and that speeds up the travel a lot. But usually you have to have like an in with their organization. So you probably have to do them a favor before they'd let you do that. And then there's also underground tunnels that dwarves have access to, which are a lot more direct and usually a lot safer, but you guys don't really have access to any of those. It's going to be a long trek if you guys want to go to the Alliance. It's going to be a significant amount of time.
You've made an underway.
Yes. At fastest, with the best methods of travel, you'll get there in a month. If you just backpack it over, it'll be free, but it's going to take like 2 months.
But we could probably procure at least something like a cart and horse to travel there, I imagine.
Oh, we got.
I imagine there are roads there.
Oh, sure. There's got to be.
Right, Thomas?
Mark is just confused why we would do anything other than walk there.
Did we lose Thomas?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to find my notes. What did you say?
We could there's probably like a road. There are like roads there though, like a path that we could easily have like a horse and cart.
Yeah, you could absolutely get a horse and cart.
Yeah.
You'd have to probably buy them. No one's going to rent you one if you say, yeah, we're going to go to the Alliance. We'll bring it back.
I mean, I imagine collectively we have the money, but I guess we could just walk there.
Let me see. I'm going to look at horse and cart prices. I don't have it on.
Horses would save a lot of time.
As long as we didn't overload
finding
them.
a horse that Card could ride would be difficult.
I think Karg was just going to walk regardless.
Yeah.
Karg is going to walk or be in a cart. One or the other.
To get a cart that could support Carganto, you guys would probably need a carriage just for him, which would be 100 gold.
Well, how much do you weigh, Karg?
600 pounds, I think.
Here, I'll send you guys a link.
wagon.
I'll send you guys a little link to just the prices for traveling animals and carts and stuff.
Okay.
And actually, I have to use the bathroom, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break while you guys kind of figure out if we're going to go here, if that's how we're going to do it, and kind of what your travel method's going to be. So I'll be right back. This is a decision about
Buying an elephant.
Where are you going to buy an elephant from?
I don't know. It was just listed on the mounts, and it's apparently the only one that can hold us. So.
Yeah, you can buy an elephant if you could find someone that sells an elephant mount.
I figured that would be the case. I'm way too Karg and I are both way too lazy to do that.
If you indicate that you want an elephant mount, I will help you look for one to see if there's anyone who sells one.
You could, if you were in a major city, could probably order an elephant mount to be shipped to you, but it might take some time, so you might have some downtime to kill. You might have downtime to kill while you're waiting for your mount to be shipped to you.
No, it would just be heartbreaking when it gets slayed in the first combat.
Well, getting to the Alliance is going to take a month, though.
2 months.
2 months.
If you don't have the fastest travel methods. If you guys wanted to go to Lavencaster, you could order an elephant from a far-off land and then do some jobs there. That would be an option.
Is there a way to get to the Alliance via boat?
Not directly. There's not like a river that runs from the Alliance to where you guys are at, but you could take boats, like take a boat to the end of a river, stop, find the next closest river, take a boat there. It's like a connecting flights. You'd have to stop and find another ferry to shuttle you, but you could find a couple of boats after a while. You could do it. It would just boating is expensive.
Card just says we should walk there. I've walked this far. I don't mind walking further.
Let's see. Boating there would probably cost you guys 600 gold.
Walking it is.
Yep.
I think, based on the list that you gave us, Boots is going to buy a Mastiff to use as a mount.
Damn you. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to give her the money. How much money? Let's see.
215. 215.
Okay, so 21 plat. 5. That's. And am I being charged 25 gold for the Mastiff?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 44 there. And Corinne will go ahead and buy a draft horse and a wagon. And not everyone's going to be able to fit in the wagon, but a bunch of people can fit in the wagon.
I can contribute some gold to that.
That would be total 85 gold.
I think the goal here is to get the stumpy-legged people mounts, basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Takorin is not good.
Or onto carts.
Takorin would not probably be physically capable of walking all the way there.
And having a wagon will give us a place. I mean, if it's a journey that takes months, you're not carrying all the provisions you need. There's no way.
Maybe you're not.
Fair.
Well, we'll also then have to make sure that we have feed for the horse as well. But like I said, I can definitely put 45 gold into all of that.
Okay, here is an out of character D&D metagaming thing.
Okay.
I would prefer, for story's sake, that we wait until we have the full group to set off on the journey towards the Alliance, if that's where we're going to go.
Okay.
So if you guys want to just kill some time earning money, there are like odd jobs and stuff that you have available.
In that case, Karg insists on going to Levencaster for pie before we leave for the Alliance.
Okay.
Well, and it makes sense that we would go to a place like that to get all of the stuff to leave.
I mean, sure, that makes sense, but he really just wants bugbear and gravy pie.
Sure.
Order the elephant as well while it's there.
Who doesn't?
Sure.
Could he order the elephant to be delivered at a place along the way?
Nice.
Amazon the elephant.
Could he do what?
Like, order the elephant. Like, he knows he's traveling, right? Order the elephant to be delivered at one of the stops along the way. So
Or just to the main city of the Alliance, so when we get to the end of the road, boom, elephant. I assume at some point I would see, I would see Boots with this Mastiff.
Yeah, well, let's say so. You guys would have to ferry back down to Lavencaster, which would be. I think it was. I have it written down somewhere. I think it's 60 gold for you guys to get back down there, and then once you're down, total.
Okay.
Should be 10 each, and then once you guys are down there, you're not going to get this stuff in Lowry. If you want to buy like mastiffs and horses, you're going to have to do that somewhere else because they're like a swamp town. They don't use horses really for that much stuff. They just use the ocean or the river. So everyone mark off 10 gold and make sure you mark off 10 for boots.
I'm just taking 20 off of myself because I think I screwed up her finances a little bit. So.
Oh no! What'd you do?
No, I don't think I did anything major. I want to make sure that I'm not sure she got all the money because she has significantly less than me. But then again, she may be spending it. So.
She did make all those healing potions.
She does make a lot of healing potions. How much money do you have, Bryn? Oh yeah, she does have a lot less than you. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm just gonna. Did you already give her that money? The 215?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 215 off, and then I'll just give her whatever's left after.
Huh?
Never mind. It's fine. Forget I said anything.
I gave her the platinum.
Okay.
But Krenhike hasn't spent money on like anything, so.
Okay. So we'll say you guys took the ferry back down to Lavencaster. As you guys arrive in the big city of Lavencaster, you find the city which you guys had first encountered is jovial and in the midst of their Midsummer's Festival is now quiet, except for a few jeerings. And you see signs hung up. Various people in protest. Signs that say, "No Child Emperor." Signs that say, "No Second War." And people seem to be packing up. There's people loading up all of their belongings and furniture onto massive convoys of carts. People seeming to leave the Borderlands, fearing war. If the Empire and the Alliance go to war, the Borderlands is kind of caught in the middle. It's like two raging bulls charging at each other, and the Borderlands is kind of caught in the middle. So some people just seem to be leaving. You see many for sale signs on various houses and shops that are closed up, and it's a much different atmosphere than it was the first time you guys had arrived here. But you are able to get pretty much anything you need here. If you'd like to order any exotic animals, there's a pretty extensive wait time, but you could do that. Otherwise, mastiffs, carts, horses, all of that they have readily available, although for slight markup because many people are purchasing them. At this point, we are at the 57th of summer, which means tomorrow is the coronation, which is why everyone's now kind of having their protest, throw fits in the street about it, type of thing.
I think Karg just wants to find his bugbear and gravy pie and get ready to earn some more money.
I'll have you make an investigation check with advantage because everybody knows about the weirdo who won the last pie contest.
Nope, I don't do that. Nicole's a named mastiff.
Nicole,
That's glorious.
Boots
Great
is
picture.
Boots is gonna help. Look.
Okay, that'll give him advantage. Nope.
Yeah.
You guys ask around, and it sounds like he might have packed up and left. He was saying something about how he's gonna start a chain of bugbear pie restaurants now that he knows he's a success.
Well, that does make him feel a little bit better, even though we can't find him now.
Don't worry, Karg. We'll adventure. We'll find your bugbear pie.
I'm somewhat placated.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Don't forget the gravy, though, not just bugbear. Bugbear and gravy, that's important.
Yes, we know you want a dog, Nicole. We know. We're working on it.
Did she say something?
Yeah, she's in the chat.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I assume she'd want a cat, like a giant cat.
I don't think they have those.
I don't see her in chat.
Only music.
Ginger list for
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat, yeah.
I see.
Only music played on the recorder. She might have only heard the music through the whole thing.
Can we
No. That was for we were talking about combat music, and she said recorder music. That was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You
you know,
fool.
I mean, depending on what kind of hunter you are, you could probably have a pet just because of your class.
She wants a cat as a pet.
Sorry, ranger, not hunter.
She does. You guys could buy a house cat, although that'd be significantly less useful.
And very quickly would die, I'm sure.
It absolutely would die so fast. There are people who are looking for various, work. People want help moving. There's also 2 posted jobs, if you guys are interested in either of those. The first talks about an ogre chieftain named Grawl, who you guys recognize because this area of the world out here is the Grawl Hills.
Mm-hmm.
It says that Grawl's son has been causing terror north of the city, and they want someone to go stop him. He's been laying low intelligence ambushes that everyone knows are ambushes, that he thinks are very clever, but because he's so big and strong and terrifying that he's been still able to hurt people and rob people and take people prisoner. So there is a bounty job for that. And then there is also an elimination of Bargheists. It talks about recent Bargheist attacks, which you guys had obviously are aware of because you did battle with some of them. It says that their den has been located, and they're looking for people to go into the den and wipe out all the remaining Bargheists so that there's just no more of them.
Well, why don't we put in orders for anything we want while we're here, and then why don't we just... we could probably do both of these things.
I know, Kark seems very intrigued about fighting an ogre. That's what he wants to do.
Oh, we can make that the first one then, I guess.
I'll have you guys make history checks.
I like that every check you have me make, I'm like, no, I don't do that. No, I don't do that either. Oh my god, I do that.
Karg, you know who Grawl is. Grawl is a super big, bad, mean ogre, and he eats everything. The reason there's probably not tons of delicious creatures all over the place here is probably because he ate them.
That motherfucker.
I'm so upset about this. Now I really want to go after him.
And now you're hearing that his son is here, and if you could probably just beat up his son, and then there'd be all types of just delicious treats wandering around because he's not around to eat them.
We could also try out ogre.
Nobody knows where Grawl is. Grawl went into hiding forever ago, but he has a son named Small, spelled like this.
I like it.
His son's name is Small, and he is an uppity, gigantic ogre brat, and he has a whole bunch of goblins that follow him around, and he's a real dangerous guy.
Nice.
There's some other stuff to do here. There is, while you guys are here, there's a temple of Bostis, the god of war, and they are able to teach most skill proficiencies because in war you need all types of stuff. They're not just the typical war worshippers where they just want to fight with swords all day. They want to teach people how to be military cooks and medics and all kinds of stuff, so that's a good place to learn new skills. There's the Grailstone Academy, where you can be a part of any type of research projects you want, and there's just a good amount of time to kill here, although the environment's very tense, and there's a lot of kind of civil unrest going on at this moment, just because everybody's nervous about maybe there's going to be a war, maybe there's not, nobody knows.
I just want to know when we're going to go fight Small.
Are we able to get the Mastiff for boots?
Yeah, you could get a Mastiff, horses, carts, wagons, all that stuff you can absolutely get. They don't sell any kind of ships here, but you can like rent the ferry if you need to go somewhere.
Oh, we can't buy a galley?
No, you can't buy a galley. But any type of like normal livestock animal you can absolutely get here. Property is really cheap because everybody's leaving. If you guys wanted to, like, I don't know, rent out an apartment or a house or something, you could. And adventuring supplies are a little low in stock because a lot of people want to leave the borderlands. So just like rations and rope and stuff like that, a lot of that's gone.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick about my character.
Well, I don't really need anything, so I'm ready to go whenever you all are. But we should probably try and get boots or for Mastiff mount.
Okay, so let's see here. How many people are there on our group? There's 6. Karg is going to eat enough for at least 2 people.
Because Karg is 2 people.
At least.
No, more than 2.
More like 2 each.
Yeah, that's gonna be like 4 people.
Well, I have a thing called Wanderer that says that I can just, as a thing. Oh, you have it too. Okay.
I have that too.
Oh, 3 people have that. Food will not be an issue.
Right. So, I mean, I imagine we would bring some kind of stock, but we're not. It's not like we're not overly concerned about it.
Garganto uses Wanderer just for himself. Me and
Right. Right. That's you get 5 people's worth of food. Good job.
This also means we could probably find enough food that we wouldn't have to worry about feeding any animals that we get. Horses and
Well, you're still gonna have
Mastiff and the like.
You're probably gonna have to buy food for the horses because
There's gonna be a general travel cost.
horses graze though. Like,
Yeah,
they eat
horses
grass.
graze, and like I said, you can find. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day. But I mean, you know, people. You would think that could translate to your pack animals.
Well, if 3 of you have it, that's 15 people worth of food.
Right.
I'd say you could find enough for your pack animals.
Right.
I don't think that'd be a problem.
Even if you double what Garganto's gonna eat.
It's true. They could both eat for 2.
Right.
And you
You
guys
could
would still
probably
have...
eat for 3 and they'd be fine. Pretty great. That's what awesome. Like only Chi had that in our last campaign, so. So it was enough for me, and my wolf, and my dragon.
Yeah. Our last party was the stealthy party, SEALs Team 6.
This is the opposite of that.
Yes.
This is like Walrus Team 7.
So I'm assuming Boots now has her mount. Have we taken care of that?
Yeah, sir. She's got a Mastiff now.
Okay, so as soon as Sokoran would see her with that Mastiff mount, he would kind of be taken aback a bit, and he's like, huh. Good friend of mine also rides a Mastiff mount. Interesting. That's all.
I'm gonna insight check to see if he actually does have a friend. No, I don't know. I believe him.
You
Whether he does or
absolutely
not.
believe I have a good friend that has a Mastiff mount. Funny the coincidences that fall through life if you live long enough.
So when are we killing Small?
I'm
ready to go when you are.
How much money do I need to spend for the wagon and the draft horse? We'll get 2 draft horses. We'll make sure.
Okay, let me see. So it's going to be a 20% markup because of everybody buying them. So
Yeah.
let me find my little listy list. Where did I send that to?
You just posted it right in our channel.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so draft horse is 50 gold a pop, so 2 of those would be 120 gold. And then the wagon is 35.
Perfect. That's fine.
I can pitch in 35.
Can't you guys just take it out of the party, Luke? Don't you guys have a bunch of gold in there?
We don't.
I think we divvied it up.
Oh,
we
never
did.
mind.
Made it-
I guess
But
it's worn
I'll
out.
pitch in 35 for that.
Boots, or not Boots. Nicole just texted me. She said, I'm going to name the dog Scarf.
Scarf.
Nice.
Is she watching us?
She
Yeah.
is.
In Twitch. Happy birthday, Nicole.
Why is she watching in my
Happy birthday.
I don't understand.
Well, because she's obviously out celebrating her birthday with Twitch on her phone propped up on the table.
Okay, fair enough.
Now I wonder who almost Dr. Hazard is, because it's probably one of us.
It's not
It's
me.
not me.
It is definitely not me.
Maybe
All right.
Marcus? I know Marcus
Not
had it
me.
open.
No, Illumineth is Marcus. So
Really? Hello, Dr. Hazard.
we got one.
We got one.
She's taking a break from a drinking game.
That's what she said, yeah. All right. Okay. So
That's
you
awesome.
guys procure. You just put these in the party inventory. It's 2 draft horses and a wagon.
I will do that.
So, I'll take 120 gold out of my inventory, and that'll.
Unless anyone else wants to chip in before
Kryn
we...
has by far the most money.
Kryn's loaded, dude. Kryn hasn't spent a dime since we started.
So 2 draft horses and a cart. Got it.
Yeah. Well, it's we bought a wagon.
One wagon. Got it.
A wagon.
Is it a covered wagon?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a covered wagon.
Could be.
Nice. Keep my old man bones out of the weather.
Yeah, a strong wind into Corin's dead.
How many hit points do you
Die
have now?
from falling out of the wagon, I'm just saying.
How many hit points do you have now?
13. At level 4. Yeah.
I think the last
Negative con modifier. Not the way to go.
I'm amazed you've lived this long.
Me too.
I think
I
the
was expecting to
barbarian.
play the Madeira by now.
I think the barbarian that I made for one of Thomas's one shots at level 2 had more than double that.
Yeah. I think we established last time it was less. It was you all had at least 3 times more health than I had, each person.
Pretty close, at least double.
Anyway,
Kryn has 30 hit points, and that's pretty low. Honestly, I've not rolled well. Boots has only 27. So
okay, so it's not that bad. Too old, too many shots, need a moment.
All right.
All right,
What is next for you guys? What's the plan?
we're gonna go
obviously
after.
want to go kill Small.
Yeah, we're going after Small.
Okay. So you guys, I'm assuming, would ask for general directions for where he's been causing issues.
Well, actually, we'd like general directions for both because we're planning on doing both.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you guys can go ahead and make your way just north of the city where the problems are happening, and I'll have whoever wants to lead the party in their search make a survival check. Probably one of your more survival-y people.
I think I can do that.
I'm gonna turn to the obvious ranger in the party.
And
Is that
I'm not
Boots?
the kind of ranger.
Yeah, that is good.
Alright, so we're gonna have Boots make a survival, and we're gonna have Kryn. Oh wait, that was actually Kryn's roll.
Well, Karg rolled an 18 in survival.
I think Rogar's probably really good at survival too, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, I just have a +1.
Don't need no wisdom. I hit things.
I mean, I could roll a survival, but it's probably not gonna be better than that.
24 from the Boots.
There you go.
And she said she's not a ranger.
You guys make your way through the northern hilly area of Grawl. The hills are a little draining on your guys' stamina, just having to... It's very hilly. If you're not taking a main path, you're constantly basically walking up and down a hill. And the travel takes a little bit longer than it would anywhere else. But while making your way on the hills, you start to see small wooden signs hammered into the earth. And scrawled in them in really poor common is directions. And it, like on one of them, it says on it, treasure this way. And then there's an arrow pointed that way. And then another one further up will say, very good, not trap. And then the arrow points in the same direction.
Nice.
I'm convinced. There's treasure that way. It's obviously not a trap.
Boots is gonna say, I think they went this way, but it's very clearly not a trap because it says it's not a trap. And Kryn's gonna pat her on the head and say, it's a trap. And she's gonna be like, kind of like, oh.
Oh.
And continuing on this path, following the obvious not trap, you come over the top of a hill, and overlooking this small area, you can see a single goblin standing in the middle of this small enclosure, and he's waving his arms up at you, like he's calling for help. He's dressed in a poor disguise that makes him look like a gnome, but he's clearly a goblin just wearing like a wig. And there's a large sign just on the hill next to you, and it just says, "Not bait." And you can hear the goblin calling out, "Help me, please, adventurers! Please, there's treasure here, and I'm a woman in need of help."
I would like to cast invisibility on Rogar.
Ooh.
That's
Invisible.
terrifying.
And I'm going to say, why don't you go try to sneak around and flank them? And I can't even see you, so I don't know if you do that or not, but I leave you to do what you do.
Yeah, I'll go and sneak around.
I'm gonna look for the obvious trap that would happen.
Yeah, I'll have you guys make perception checks.
Boots first. That's a 10. It's not great. And then Kryn. That's a 21.
Okay. So, on either side of the not bait goblin are a couple figures hiding in bushes, and directly behind them there's a set of fallen trees. Under the fallen trees is some kind of structure. It looks like it might be a small hut or like a hunting blind, but it's kind of pretty obscured. And Kryn, it seems to be moving. This small tent, hut, hunting blind that's in the collapsed series of trees far behind. It's like 50 feet behind the bait goblin. It seems to just be shifting ever so slightly. It's very strange. The entire structure moving.
How far away is it?
So you guys are about 100 feet away from the bait goblin, or the not bait goblin, sorry. And then about 50 feet behind him is the weird moving tent. And then on either side of him looks like probably more goblins hiding in bushes.
Point up to the group, just because even if I do it, obviously, I don't think they're going to think that we're on to them.
You see, my four friends, there is a woman in need of help down there. We should go help her.
Yes, let's go.
It's going to be like, oh no, my shoe is untied. I will stay here and tie it.
Yes, you wouldn't want to trip and fall.
Where's Boots gonna go?
I think Boots is gonna...
Here, do you need help with that shoelace? I'll stay back and help.
I think Boots is going to be like, oh no, her hair looks really bad. I need to go put flowers in it. I will help you guys.
I'm gonna have Korin and Kryn make deception checks.
7.
Where is this? There is deception.
Oops, that was supposed to be a -4, so that'd be a 2.
A 2.
Rogar, what are you gonna do? Because you're invisible.
I'm moving up to the tent that's moving.
So he's gonna be like, all according to plan. This is perfect. These idiots are falling into my trap.
So Boots and Karg, as you approach, you hear the goblin turn and whisper to the large tent, "They're falling for it." And Rogar, as you observe this tent, make a perception check.
Oh.
He sees all.
Rogar, as you're approaching this moving tent structure, it seems to be attached to a creature. And you see an ogre laying down completely flat, face in the dirt, with this small tent built onto his back.
He's prone!
He's in a ghillie suit.
I'm gonna pull out my glaive, and I'm just gonna...
Sorry, I should also mention, there are goblins in the tent on his back.
I'm gonna try and get up to where I can, just hit him right on the head with my glaive.
Okay, I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative.
That'll make you not invisible anymore, just so you know.
Yep, and my concentration on that to get you in position so I can concentrate on something else. I love it. But would need to be on a battle map, right? There we go.
Also, did the bounty say specify dead or alive?
Dead.
Okay.
They don't want him alive.
Yeah, that's a very Takoran initiative right there. Oh, for some reason my HP is still not being synced up with my actual.
Oh, I think I probably know why. I will fix that right now.
Thomas, it's important for you to know I have 13 health, not 11.
I fixed it.
Thank you.
15.
Oh, Jeremy, you gotta roll lower than a 3.
Roll the 9.
Hydra, calm down. There we go. 69% volume. Perfect.
Nice.
Nice.
Hang on, it's opening my my character sheet real quick.
Horton is going to be really nasty at late levels if I ever make it there.
You get a surprise round, Rogar,
Nice.
as you hit this thing on the head. It's essentially right in front of you. I just haven't revealed the token yet for a reason.
There we go.
Is he prone?
He is prone.
That means you get advantage.
That hits.
Yeah. And I meant to say I'm raging too.
Okay.
Ugh.
Nice.
Big damage.
Yeah, biggest.
Okay.
And my
one second.
ancestral protectors activate.
Okay. As you strike the creature, you hear it go, "Oh, jeez!" And it begins to shift. It hasn't stand.
It's Hobgoblin right here.
Okay.
So let me.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Is it? Is it an attack roll?
I think it is. And then if it hits, I think the adjacent creatures have to make a dex save.
That
It
is
explodes.
correct.
It explodes no matter what, actually. But yeah.
Her spell save DC is 13.
And it's a dex save, right?
It is a dex save.
And does the hobgoblin have to make it as well?
Yes. Nice. Okay, so the hobgoblin is going to take 15 damage. The goblin that failed the save is going to take 8 damage, and I think that the goblin that made the save is going to take 4 damage.
Oh, it's gonna take 4. No, it says no damage.
Is it no damage? Okay.
Yeah, must
Well, then-
exceed or take 2d6 cold. Yeah.
All right, then right. Okay. So
And
the
I
other
know that because
goblin,
I have ice.
the other goblin is not hurt at all, and then she's going to bonus action archer form. Like, that's a thing she does, I think.
I think she does sometimes.
How do I do it? How do I do it? Where is it? There it is. Miss. Okay. And she's going to back up just a little bit and chill right there, and that'll be her turn.
I don't know why this hobgoblin down here is red too, but he's not hurt.
He's angry.
He's angry.
He's red because he's angry.
Bait is gonna run up behind Cargonto and say, "Please don't hurt me! It's a monster!"
I have something fun in store for him.
And these two goblins are gonna shoot at Cargonto. 20 and a 19.
Yes.
And this one's gonna run over here and shoot at Boots.
Well, 22 is gonna hit. How many damages does she take? 7.
That's a long map. Ooh.
And the 4 goblins on Small's back are going to shoot at Rogar.
2 of them at disadvantage because they're
Yeah, the
frightened.
first 2 will be at disadvantage. Miss. Those are all gonna miss.
They almost.
And Kryn.
Kryn is going to. Kryn is going to load his trial by fire. So this shot will do an extra 2 fire damage, and then if it hits, and is going to fire at this hobgoblin down here. Does a 13 hit? I don't know. Okay, then he's going to actually surge and fire again. Never mind. Kryn's turn. It's done.
Okay.
That feels bad.
Let's see here. This hobgoblin is gonna run up to Garganto and yell, "What are you doing?" at Bait, and Bait goes, "They're falling for it." 10 and 7. Both of them,
Negative.
I'm sure. And this one's gonna run up here and attack Rogar with flanking. 22 and a 12
22 hits.
for 7.
So 4.
3.
I think it's rounded up.
Yeah, we rounded up.
Oh,
We've
it
done
is.
in the
Okay.
past. That's what we've always done. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right way.
Well, Ross says always round down, but you've always done always round up. So
Consistency. And Small's going to stand up and then look at you and say, "You might think you're big, but I'm the small guy around here." And he's going to try to hit you with his club. 12 misses, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it misses.
And Stomp, 15 to hit.
That is my AC.
Take 9 bludgeoning damage and have to make a strength save.
Alright.
You're good. Karg.
well, the hobgoblin being here changes what I was gonna do. That's okay. I will unarmed attack the hobgoblin. 26.
That hits.
13 bludgeoning damage. I will also use one of my superiority die to do a disarming attack. So he takes an extra d8 damage and has to make a strength saving throw to hold onto his weapon, DC 14.
Rip his arm off right here.
An extra 3 damage. So he keeps his... That's unfortunate. And
Now he's in the red.
that's it for me.
And I will attack it with Teethbreaker
Okay, that'll hit.
for now.
You thrust Teethbreaker through him, and he looks at the goblin and goes, "Help me!" Ah! And then falls over dead. And Bait looks up at you, Karg, and goes, "My hero!"
Okay, I'd like to...
I love this guy. Can we
I'd like to
adopt
use my
him?
action surge to unarmed attack Bait.
Oh, poor guy,
Oh
you're gonna kill him.
no!
18
How would you like to unarmed attack Bait?
with my fist.
Okay.
You just like hammer fist him in the top of the head. Like
His head just
Eleven.
implodes.
And then I would like to...
The wig enters his throat from the top of his head.
Oh!
I want to...
Poor buddy.
They fell for it. Oh!
not that it matters now, but I want a bonus action grapple him, so I want to hold onto his body with my hand.
Nice.
So I'm holding his body.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
That's it for me.
Like palm his skull and then
Rogar.
like crush his head.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Jay
We
got
missed
Jay's turn.
somebody. I will cast at second level Tasha's Mind Whip
Oh.
at Small. So he gets to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 15.
I'm sure that's his strong suit.
Dexterity?
One.
Well,
Oh, that's dexterity. Oops.
I mean,
well,
His intelligence is worse, so that's not a 1. It's a -1.
okay. So then, let's see. He gets to take 3d6 psychic damage. 14.
Pretty
That's
good.
Yeah. And he can't take his reaction until the end of his next turn. Moreover, on the next turn, he must choose move, action, or bonus action.
Okay. Do you want to move at all?
No.
Rogar.
As far away as I need to be.
Would I know Small has a 10-foot reach?
He looks like he probably has a 10-foot reach.
Okay. Well,
He also doesn't have his reaction right now.
Yeah, no, I'm going.
You just saw him
attack the
reel from
hobgoblin.
something in his head.
Sorry, where were you saying, Marcus?
I'm attacking the hobgoblin.
Okay.
And roll 20 is lagging a bit.
That's all right. There it is. That hits.
For 12. And then I'm going to move 20 feet this way, so I'm 15 feet away from him.
Okay.
Oh wait, he's not crouching on me. Dang it. Yeah, I'll just move over here, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Boots' turn.
All right, Boots is going to cast another spell. It's a 20-foot cube. Let's see, what is the distance? Okay, so we need to move a little bit. We're gonna move to right here, and we are going to drop a fairy fire right there.
Okay.
So that's going to be the big dude and 4 goblins. I'll need to
That's a
make
dex save?
Dex save, DC 13. Ah, Small made it? Damn. Well, 3 of the goblins didn't, so 3 of the goblins will have advantage on. And
Okay.
her archer form will shoot at this goblin right here. So let me get back over there. Archer form, 19. 7 damage.
Okay.
And I believe that's going to be her turn. Well, she's going to move back a little bit, though. She's gonna move 10 feet back this way. Or does she have 25 feet? She has 25 feet of movement, so she's going to move.
Actually, if she's on a mount.
I don't know if she's on her mount right now.
Okay.
I don't think she is.
She's not
And
like
that
really...
radiant damage was on who? Sorry.
The archer form was on the goblin to her north.
To her north, gotcha.
Oh, he's dead. Nice.
Yeah, he has 7 hit points.
Goblins are falling like flies.
Yep. Is that it for her?
That is it.
All right, these guys are gonna open up on Rogar. Pew, 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 pew. 2 at disadvantage, so first 2 will be disadvantage. 7, 6, 8, 11. Oh man.
Wow.
Almost.
Shooting like goblins.
And Small has to pick attack.
Attack, move, or bonus action. Or action, bonus action, or movement.
But it's also not Small's turn yet.
Oh, you're right. It's Goblin's turn. I don't know why I thought it was. That was my bad. These 2 goblins down here then are not gonna. They're gonna stay where they are and they're gonna shoot at Carganto. They don't want to get closer to him because they just watched him pop someone's head.
Like a zit.
20 and a 14.
Oberon
Oh,
Martel
yeah.
treatment.
Yeah.
3 damage.
Seriously.
And Kryn.
Kryn is going to... Kryn is going to shoot at Small. 18?
18 hits.
9 damage.
Okay.
And I'll do a lot more damage next level.
After being shot, Small looks around confused. He's still dazed, and he just picks up a fallen tree next to him, and he's gonna just throw it at Kryn. Just
Nice.
a dead tree starts flying towards you.
Okay. Do I need to make a dex save for that? Oh my god.
Oh
And of course, I didn't
no!
attack small last turn. Dang
How
it.
much? Okay, so it's 22.
Takora, you just watch as a tree just lands on top of Kryn next to you, and you feel like the dust kick up.
I was like, oh, I'm still too close.
Boy, it's a good thing that wasn't Takorin.
What is the range on that?
90 feet.
90 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
that-
that's perfect.
that's how long Tasha's mind whip is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
Kryn,
I
are
can
you
hit
an
him from
object or
here,
a
then he can hit
structure?
us.
What were you saying, Marcus?
Is Kryn an object and/or structure?
Kryn is not an object and/or structure.
Oh, are you trying to get me
Changelings are people too.
Karg.
Karg is going to charge his movement of 40 feet, which I believe takes him here. And then as soon as he's within 20 feet, he's going to use the body of bait as an improvised weapon and throw it at small.
Nice.
12.
12 misses.
Oh, I like how you have improvised weapon queued up. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
He sees you throw it, and he just looks down at you and goes, "Oh, you think you're smaller than me, huh?"
And that is it for me.
Jeremy?
Barg is going to. This really, I feel like, should be a warhammer, but it'll be my sword. He's gonna pull out the sword and cast catapult with it. Since it can be
Okay.
5 pounds, and the sword is only 3.
Huh.
He's gonna catapult the sword into him. I love it.
Yes. So he has to make a DC 13 dex save.
Yeah.
And then as a bonus action, I'll have it teleport back to my hand. And that'll be my turn.
Nice.
Okay.
Fun. I like that a lot, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't know where that came up with it, but I was like, wait, would that work?
Absolutely. You're fucking Thor now.
I know, that's why I was like just before this, I was like, man, I kind of wish this was a Warhammer.
You can always get one. Rogar.
You keep trying to
I
skip
actually
me.
have a Warhammer, Jeremy. You could have taken the one off of our back.
Oh, does he get to remake his save against your thing, Jay, or is he just like
It
that
just
now?
only lasts until the end of his turn.
Oh, okay, I
The
gotcha.
one turn thing. But I am gonna do it again.
Sure.
So
Well, it's Marcus's turn. Oh wait, no, it's your turn.
no, it was my turn.
Why do I keep almost skipping you, Jay?
I don't know. But yeah, Tasha's mind whip again. So another. So this will be 12 damage or 6 on a fail. Yeah, yeah. So, and this time, having seen that, I am backing up. I am backing up 25 feet off the map. And that's
Prince
what,
just laying under the slug like, fuck.
I'm like, good luck. Good. And that's my turn.
Okay. Now it's Rogar's turn.
I'm gonna run up and recklessly attack small.
That'll hit.
13 of my ancestral protectors come up.
He roars out in pain and yells out, "No! I'm not gonna die to you, big folk."
I'm gonna laugh.
Thomas, you always make the best characters.
Thank you. Is that it for you, Marcus?
Yeah.
Boots.
It's going to. What is Boots going to do?
First Raga Dragon, now this.
Well, don't forget. Was it Dynamite Beard? What was his name? Fragbeard.
Oh, Fragbeard, yeah.
Classic.
Fragbeard might be
He made a
the most
reappearance in
subject.
one of our Monday one shots.
He did.
Nice.
His ghost.
I hope he fared better than the main one.
He is better. But, I mean,
He got more than one turn.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my introduction to Marcus as a person.
Yep.
God, this character's
What
bullshit.
happened when you met Marcus? Well, let me tell you about Fragbeard.
The tragic tale of Captain Fragbeard.
Okay, so Boots is going to Ice Knife again. This time at an elevated level. She's going to cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And she's going to cast it on Small.
Oh no.
So it'll hit all those goblins, and it might hit Rogar too. Sorry, Rogar.
But Rogar, don't you have advantage on deck saves against things you can see? Yeah. So he should be fine.
Yeah. So we're gonna go boop and miss.
Oh, you missed.
But
it goes off either way.
Yeah, it still
you
explodes.
still got to make the deck save for all the goblins and the guy, and Rogar needs to make a deck save as well. Oh,
16.
well, you're gonna take the damage then.
No, he got a 16.
16.
Oh, 16 advantage. Yeah, sorry, never mind. So 3. Rolled a 2 and a 1. 3 cold damage to. Oh, but I upcast. Oh, you can't upcast it. Okay, never mind.
You
3
can.
damage.
You can upcast it.
Well, you don't get a benefit from it though. It doesn't look like.
Whenever you cast a spell using 2nd level or higher, the cold damage increases by 1d6.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you can add another d6 onto that bad boy.
3. So 6 damage. 6 cold damage.
That is a really low roll though.
Yeah. it's pretty
1,
low.
2, 3 for the damage. And 1 on the piercing, not that that mattered, but
Yeah.
All right. That it for you?
She's gonna have seen the log and kind of go, I'm gonna move over this way.
All right. 2 of these goblins are going to shoot at Rogar, the ones that are not frightened of him, and the ones that are frightened of him are going to shoot at Garganto. So these 2 will be at Rogar.
The crit hits.
For 11, have the 6, and then the other 2 are going to take shots at Garganto.
At disadvantage, if it matters.
Doesn't.
Because an 18 would hit.
And these 2 are going to come up and try to stab your ankles.
One hit on the bow.
Oh, right. So that'll be the bow.
Scimitar.
And 7 for the scimitar.
nice.
Are you at 36, Jeremy? Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Grin.
Kryn is going to remain prone.
You were never prone.
I am dropping.
Technically,
prone.
that doesn't knock you prone.
I am not. I am dropping prone and firing at Small.
That'll hit.
9 damage. And I will also bonus action second wind. For 5 hit points.
Small is going to yell out, "You could have the goblins if you let me live!" And he's going to attack Rogar.
Bargaining, huh?
20 hits.
And then after he hits you, he looks over all of you one at a time and says, "Fine, you got me. It was a trap the whole time." Garganto.
He's the best.
Karg is going to consider the offer of the goblins for a second, and then shake his head and take the opportunity attack and move up to attack Small.
Karg, we can have the goblins anyway.
I will make an unarmed strike at Small. 14.
14 just barely hits.
Perfect. I will use Tavern Brawler bonus action to grapple him,
Oh, this may kill him.
and I will also
If you roll good.
use disarming attack as well for an extra d8 damage.
Okay.
Suplex him.
So 11
He has 11 hit points. You don't even need the extra damage.
and one more.
Nice.
Karg, you run up and you just lift him up and you push him backwards. He stumbles over a log that was behind him. And as he comes crashing down, all the goblins that were on his back are crushed beneath him. Because they take a certain amount of damage and they're not going to survive that with their current HP levels. And he looks up at you and he goes, Impossible. I was the smartest mastermind in all of the Grawl Hills. And then he dies. And you can just hear a goblin underneath him going, "Oh, it hurts my legs!" And these other two goblins by you, Karg, put down their weapons and go, "We want no part of this." Our leader's dead. We have nothing. Please don't kill us. And they drop down and just start goblin groveling.
I ask him if either one of them can cook.
Yes, I make the best fly tick stew, and muck pie, and I can boil dirty water.
I think we're looking more for small stew.
Boots, you could have a couple of assistants in the kitchen.
But if we cook small, his dad's gonna come get us.
Boots is gonna say, "Well, you're gonna have to let me braid your hair."
Okay.
And she's gonna go start braiding their hair as they're being interrogated by Garganto.
Listen, you guys are clearly cool. You're nice to us. But Small's dad, Grawl, I mean, he's big, and he might not be as smart as his son is, but he's still really dangerous.
Who do you think's more dangerous right now?
I mean, he's not here, but if he was, probably him.
Yeah, but he's not here right now. Go make me some small stew.
The goblin just picks up his dagger with like a shaky hand. It just walks over to his boss and just like starts.
I'm sorry.
And just starts trying to hack him to pieces. His dagger is like made out of like a sharp rock. He like can't get through the skin very effectively. He's just like stabbing it repeatedly.
Oh, no.
I'll just let him struggle with that for a while. Think about life choices.
And he never goblined again.
Is there anything to raid?
Yes.
Food or drink, or I suppose weapons.
Loot.
So Small has on him. Where is it? He has a keg of Borderlands wine that was on his back.
Dibs.
Who else?
And he has a book of children's nursery rhymes that appear to have been drawn on, and the characters are all equipped with weapons now.
I'll take that.
And and he also has. Where is it? He has a map of the area, and the whole thing is circled, and that's it. The entire map is circled, and then all of his goblins have like shitty goblin crossbows and things like that.
Is there any...
You guys have killed the mastermind behind Grawl's clan.
Does he have any identifying like jewelry or anything like that, or are we gonna try to hack his head off and take his head back?
We have a cart.
We have a cart.
Yeah, you could hack his head off and take it and just slap it down in the cart. You'll have to probably have your cart cleaned off.
Yep.
Well, does he have anything else that we can identify him by, like?
Yeah, we need proof of the kill.
I mean, not a lot of ogres wear like a bunch of armor and stuff. You could probably just take like his helmet or something. If you
I think we should decapitate him and make the goblins carry the helmet the head all the way back to town for their release. Then we'll let them go.
That sounds good.
All right.
They agree because otherwise they'd be murdered. And one of them just
Come on,
like,
Thomas, you don't know that. You're implying that.
And one of them just looks very sad. And he's like,
I never thought I'd be doing this to a fellow goblin.
and they pick the head up.
He's not a goblin, he's an ogre.
No.
Yes.
He was raised by goblins. He's a goblin, right?
No, he's an ogre.
Those aren't real. That's just a tale that people tell to scare their kids. It's not real. It's like in the fairy tale book.
Crin's gonna point his gun at him.
Why? Drops
He's
the
an
head, kind of squishes on the ground.
He's an ogre.
He's an ogre.
Okay.
What is wrong with you people?
Pick it back up.
Alright, so where are we going next?
Grin pulls a tree branch out of his arm.
Right. Coughing up bark for days.
Never seen a goblin be able to throw a full tree at somebody.
In the one round, I didn't have an ancestral protectors up on him.
Yeah.
Feels bad. Oh well. Not the end of the world. I'm alive.
At least it's not Tokarin.
Right?
If it had been Tokarin, he would have.
Would you
Would you have
cleaning
been
him up
dead?
with
You would've
No,
been dead.
not dead.
You would have been out.
It would have had to been
points away.
26 damage, and it was something like 24. Like, it was almost enough.
It was 22. Yeah.
We would have
Yeah.
been almost cleaning him up with a spatula. after
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah. I would have been... I've only been unconscious once, too. It's pretty good. I'm doing alright. It's that one time that rogue sneaked up on me.
As rogues tend to do.
Yeah. Go right after the wizard. Bastards. So we're going after the second bounty now?
Well, we're taking this one back to town first, and probably
Are we?
collecting. Or are they in the same direction, Thomas? The bounties, or are they in different?
Yeah, where's the second one?
The other one is south of town. This one is north of town.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, then we'll come back through town. And
Yeah.
as soon as we
Yes,
get
go-
back to Lavencaster, we'll release our goblin hostages.
They're grateful to be alive, but feel horribly tortured, and they decide to go home, back to wherever they live.
You don't want to sell me death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life.
That's a good reference.
I don't want to sell you death sticks. I want to go home and rethink my life.
And you guys return to Lavencaster and collect the 400 gold bounty.
Ching.
However, you divide that up among 6 people. That's on you. You can just put it in the party fund for now if you'd like.
Sure.
Everyone's very impressed that you killed Small. And the town guard, after you collect your bounty, do warn you about his father and that he will probably hold a grudge against you, and he's much bigger and scarier. And then you guys, the other one was to go to the Bargheist den and wipe out the last of them that are there.
But I assume we stay the night in Lavencaster and get a long rest.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
I don't know how much of a journey it was, but
it wasn't that much. It was just a day.
yeah.
It was a day trip for overkilling.
Well, either
So
way, one adventure is enough for this old gnome. A day.
One second here. Okay. You guys, I'm assuming you guys want to stay in random generic tavern 1, I'm assuming.
Sure.
And when you guys wake up the next day, you are woken up by the sounds of people yelling in the streets. And as you look outside, you can see there's people marching around with signs, just protesting the coronation of the emperor. People are yelling, down with the empire. Everyone is talking. There's people just up on stands, basically just politically preaching, just yelling out about how any conflict the Borderlands is going to be stuck in, they just want to be left alone. They talk about how everyone should leave because if the Alliance and the Empire start fighting, the Borderlands it's like 2 charging bulls, and the Borderlands is stuck in the middle. And everyone seems it's a general time of civil unrest, and most of the shops are closed down because of that. There's not a lot of services you're able to procure or acquire, and it's probably lucky that you guys are leaving for the day to go explore and do contracts.
Yep.
Kansas during the Civil War. I mean, they called it Bleeding Kansas for a reason. Both of the sides were fighting over it, and it was kind of neutral.
That's exactly what would happen.
Yep.
Well, let's head on out then.
I'll make sure I have my keg of wine that we acquired the day before for our day trip.
There you go.
Sure, that's pretty valuable if you wanted to sell it, but I'm assuming being who you are,
Well,
you would
no,
keep
sell it, drinking it, or drinking it. It's breakfast.
it. Breakfast wine.
Yeah. To go with his breakfast meat.
That's right. And second breakfast.
And 11sies.
And brunch. Don't forget about brunch.
All right, so you guys make your way out to where the Bargheist den has been spotted, and it's in a general area to where you guys had fought the first wave of Bargheists, but it's far more to the south. And as you guys are making your way over, you actually pass a small group of people armed with spears. They look like they are not as seasoned as you all. They are probably first-timing adventurers. There's about 4 of them, and they're equipped with kind of ragtag spears, and it looks like some armor that's been pieced together. And as you guys are kind of passing by, one of them goes, "Oh, no, you don't. Listen. The Lavencaster 4 are taking this bounty for ourselves. We're a new adventuring party. This is our first contract, and we're not going to let you blunder it."
Be my guest.
Well,
But-
how about we just tag along to learn how it's done?
Well, we're not sharing the bounty.
Of course not. You'll do all the work, I'm sure.
Tell you what, we'll make a deal then. We'll watch you and we'll learn from you, and we won't take any share of the bounty. But if you need our help, you don't get any of the bounty. But we'll save you.
Very well. Just don't get in our way.
Wouldn't dream of it.
I'll cheerfully walk in the midst of them and drink my wine.
As you guys are just kind of doing this, you see them pulling out maps and tactically planning. And he says, "All right, Darren, remember, you're on point. You're gonna have to probably take the most punishment, but you told us you could take it. That's your duty here in the group. That's your role. You're gonna be out on the front lines taking the damage. Berthford, you get those flanks." And they're just strategizing like this very intensely while you sit there drinking wine.
Boots is going to try to get in with the group so that she's like looking at the map and stuff with them, like hopefully so that they don't even notice that she's there.
Have her make a stealth check.
All right. Boots. Switch the okay. There we go. And stealth 8.
They see her, but they just kind of give her a weird look, and they're just like, "Are you really an adventurer?"
Yeah, I'm the second best bounty hunter around here. He's the best, and she'll point to Kren.
Yeah, as she's saying that, Card calls out, "I wonder if Darren knows that taking point means he's gonna die first." And Darren looks over and he says, "Stalwart, that's not true, right?" And Stalwart's like, "No, of course not. You're the group tank. You're very sturdy."
I'm gonna walk up to Darren and go, "Darren, do you know who our party tank is?"
"The girl," points at Boots.
I'm gonna go, "Yes, the girl."
And
She's gonna look at Darren and say, "Yeah, you don't look very sturdy. I think you're gonna die."
You're gonna die.
Darren begins arguing, and you guys are now delayed by 20 minutes as they argue about who the tank is. And and Darren and Stallworth end up switching roles.
Fantastic.
In the middle of it, I'm gonna walk over and just like pick up Boots by the collar and pull her, bring her back.
I wonder if we could have started sneaking off without them while they were arguing.
You absolutely could have.
When they switch, I'm going to say to Anto, I wonder if Stallworth realizes that by taking point, he's going to be the first one to die.
Make a persuasion check.
Why is it not going? Persuasion. Come on now. There we go.
Stallworth feels too invincible for that.
Don't they always?
He's young, dumb, and stupid.
And after they're done, they begin making their way towards the Bargheists' den, a small burrowed-out tunnel beneath some trees. It looks like it was probably at one point a den to a different set of creatures, and the Bargheists have moved in. And they tell you to stay back so you don't ruin their stealth, and they start creeping their way forward with their spears at the ready.
As they start creeping forward, what's his name? Stalwart? Is that his name?
I'll just type their names out.
No, Darren was like Stall something.
Stallworth, I think it was. Or Stalwart.
That's their party.
I'll say Stallworth, and when he turns around, I'll say, the code word for when you need our help is all you need to do is yell, I was wrong, and we'll come help you.
You can come in with us, just be sneaky about it. Just stay a little bit behind so you don't ruin our stealth. We've been practicing.
Can I...
Look at me, Stallworth. Do you think I stealth anywhere?
No, you said you were a professional.
I don't need to stealth.
What were you saying, Aaron?
Can I get a sense of how much their practice, Quotey Fingers, has paid off?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. I'll give you advantage because of your, a fair amount about adventuring. I would say that probably on a scale of 1 to 20, they're about at a 1.
I thought you were going to say 1/2 is actually what I thought you were going to go with there.
They are all level 1 fighters.
This won't last long.
No, it won't. So I'm getting the vibe that they're not good at stealth.
You get the feeling they've had a lot of training, but they've probably never actually fought anything.
Fair enough. I mean, level 1 fighters are, in the grand scheme of things, should be somewhat capable.
Well, like you said, if you need help, just yell, I was wrong.
And they make their way into the den, and once they're in, you can see Stallworth pokes his head out and gestures for you guys to follow.
Once they're out of earshot, I'm going to say, we're not actually going to wait for them all to get murdered, right? We'll just run in there once they start fighting.
I mean, it's up to you. I guess. I was going to wait for them to realize they were in over their head, but...
Well, I think they'll be dead before they realize that.
That could be true.
I think it would be a good idea for us to allow them the opportunity to fight and the opportunity maybe to flee, but perhaps we have a bit of insurance to ensure that at least they wouldn't die right away, and I'm going to cast invisibility on Boots. Perhaps you'd like to get a little closer just in case one of them might die, but you could at least be extra sneaky about it to not harm their pride before they need the help.
Damn it!
I'll do it. And she's gonna try to sneak in after them, invisible-like.
Okay. I won't even have her make a check. They're not experienced enough to know that invisibility's a thing.
Oh god.
Invisibility is not a very common thing in this world. It's a little lower fantasy, so they're not even considering it. And they make their way into the den. How far outside of the den do you guys want to be?
Kryn was gonna stay about 20 feet behind them.
Okay, that's fine.
About 40 feet. Well, 20. Yeah,
I was thinking more like 100 feet. But...
Well, yeah, I could see you wanting to do that.
I'll be standing next to the Corin just in case something comes from behind.
Thank you.
Well,
okay, fine, maybe like 20 feet behind everybody else.
Okay. They make their way in, with Boots following behind. Stallworth runs up, puts his back against the wall, and starts looking in.
Is he breathing heavily already?
No, he's doing he's like does like a dodge roll into the room.
Sure.
Goes up against the wall, very stealthy.
What are these guys' armor like? Speaking
Probably
of which,
11.
Patchwork.
Yeah.
They're wearing chain shirts,
Oh, wow.
except for Anna, who is wearing leather armor.
That's actually decent. Right before things get carry, Karg's gonna go, damn it, Kryn. I have a problem.
What's the problem?
I'm out of snacks.
Well, I imagine you could eat some Bargheists if we get some killed here.
That is an excellent idea.
I mean, these jokers aren't going to be able to do it, so one way or another, we're going to be the ones killing the Bargheists. It's just whether or not we're saving these guys or recovering their corpses.
I just hope I don't waste away before we have a chance to roast us some Barghide.
I think it won't be too long.
all right.
Let's see.
You
Krillin at
hear
this point would
Boots.
be right here.
Yeah, Boots hears Stallworth talking to the rest of the group, and he says, "All right, there's one sleeping up ahead. We've been training for this. Remember, heroes never die." And then
Oh
they
my
clasp
God.
hands.
That's not true!
Boots wants to look at the Bargheist and see if it actually is sleeping.
Have her make a perception check.
Nah. She's actually messing with the guys, trying to braid the guy's hair while she's invisible.
And they rush forward. Ah! And
Real
We're gonna-
stealthy.
we're gonna begin some combat.
Kryn's just going to be casually walking in behind.
Yep. I'll be a little bit behind Kryn, maybe.
And is this like a ledge or is this a wall?
That is a wall.
Okay. Boots
Well,
is
no. So it's a wall on the in. I'll just reveal this because it doesn't matter that much. It's a wall on the inside, but the outside is looking down onto it. If that makes sense.
So it's a ledge.
Yeah. So yeah, the outside is elevated.
Yeah, it's a ledge.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Fine.
Are we all rolling initiative or just them?
Yeah, you guys can all go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm expecting you guys to be a part of this at some point.
Probably after about one round.
Probably after about one round.
Jeremy, don't screw it up. Oh my god, we're on initiative 17. That never happens.
That's pretty good for you guys.
Yeah, it is.
And better than last time.
Boots got that 19 though.
Hydrabot just got really quiet for me. I don't know why.
Did for me too.
Weird.
All right. Well, these guys are going to get a surprise round.
Oh.
2 hits.
2 crits.
Ow. They just pissed it off.
Just 2 crits there.
They woke it up.
Surprise round.
I changed this. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's changing one thing here. It's 9 plus. Wow, 2 crits.
Yeah, they did good.
They're off to a good start.
They begin stabbing it, and you see Stallworth immediately turn around and go, "There's more of them! Watch the flank!"
I mean, we're going after a Barghide nest. Are they really surprised that there were more of them?
They seem surprised.
Oh my god.
Anna's gonna stab it again. Dealing 7. And this one wakes up, lets out a horrible high-pitched screech, like you guys know the Bargheists to do. They just have these high-pitched, whiny screech, bat-like echolocation sounds, and they immediately seem afraid. Boots.
Boots is watching anxiously, but it looks like things are going fine for now. She's gonna... Oh, that's not that far. These things are fast, if I remember right.
You remember them being really fast.
She's gonna hold a healing word in case someone goes down. Well,
Okay.
She's gonna hold a healing word in the event that someone goes down and they say, "We need help."
Okay.
Thought the phrase was I was wrong.
Or I was wrong, yeah.
Two more creatures come screeching, running on all fours quickly through the hallway towards the adventurers. Nope, they're not afraid yet. They're holding strong. They're not calling for help yet.
Wow.
And
That's about to change.
That's a bad roll for them.
this one wakes up and it's gonna bite at. It's gonna bite at Darren, who was not the tank. He switched roles from being the tank.
Well, you're the tank now.
Darren goes down.
Darren's
Oh,
He's unconscious. He's not dead.
good. Was it the first or second hit that knocked him down?
The second one, it wakes up and whips around. It slices across his chest. He calls out, "Starwood, help!" And then it bites down, and he immediately just slumps into its jaws and stops moving. Rogar.
I'm just gonna move up right here. Assuming that this is a spot where those other two can't see me. Or that one up
Yeah, they
there.
can't. They're a little busy. They don't see you.
That's all I'll do.
Garganto?
I think it's pretty obvious that if we don't attack, they're just gonna die. They have a chance to do anything.
But does Garganto care? That's the question.
I mean, a little. Karg is gonna move here, and he's gonna with a readied attack, and he's gonna the trigger will be if they ask for help or say they were wrong, and he'll yell at them, "I'm ready when you are," and
All
stand there like, yeah.
Nope. Stalwart's still not calling for help. He says, "Back off! This is our fight!"
All right.
And he's gonna try to stab this one. Hits because of flanking. Kryn.
Kryn's gonna just kind of calmly mosey up to here. And then just kind of put his rifle on the ground and just lean on it. And just
Jacorin.
I can't just let these guys die. So at a second level, I am going to cast Sleep.
Are we even able to see what's going on in there?
You probably
Since
not
you
from where
said
you
it-
two are from. You can get it. You got a pretty good idea of what's
I
going
mean,
on.
I'll walk as far as I need to, but I'm gonna cast Sleep, and I'm gonna aim it so that it only hits these 4, including the adventuring party.
You want to hit the party too?
Yes, I want
Okay.
to put them to sleep.
Okay. Well, everybody's asleep in there now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna yell out to the rest of the party, It's time for us to take over.
I'll begin taunting the Bargheists.
Okay, well, they're asleep, so the Bargheists. Actually, Boots is next.
I thought she was holding.
Oh yeah, she's holding a healing word in case someone goes down and they admit they're wrong.
But they did not admit they were wrong.
Well, they're asleep now.
Except this guy is still bleeding to death. So the Bargheist
Aaron?
is at least relinquished.
Aaron, are you there?
Uh-oh.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oops.
She had the conditions were not met, so the spell slot goes away. She loses the spell slot.
She's still invisible, though.
She is
Well,
still invisible.
It's holding an action.
What
Does
things
that
think you
would that get
cast?
rid of invisibility?
I don't think you lose the spell slot.
You do.
You
You
100%.
100% do.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, you lose the spell slot. She's gonna come down here and just do medicine on this guy. She's got a medical kit, so
Okay, battle will uninvisible her.
it will.
And
If you do an
stabilize
action
him.
or take
Yeah.
an attack.
Taking an action that uninvisibles you.
Yep.
Let me see invisibility.
I promise you.
Yeah. Greater invisibility.
Anything the target.
Oh no, when you attack or cast a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I broke
I
my
was
promise.
right.
I'm a liar. I'm a dirty lying cheater.
So she's still invisible, but she's stable.
It's okay, Thomas. Invisibility is pretty rare in this world, so it makes sense you wouldn't quite know what it does.
Go ahead and make a medicine check for Boots.
She
Oh, wait, she has a kit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this Bargheist is going. The back one, who's not in melee, is going to use its psychic instinct on Carganto.
Oh no. We're in trouble, boys.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, womp womp.
How does that work? Is one of you stunned and the other isn't?
Yep.
Okay, so Jeremy's stunned. How does that work with attacks? Because attacks have advantage on stunned creatures, right?
Well, attacks auto crit. Oh wait, it's stunned. Yeah,
But
advantage.
I don't
You'd have
think
advantage.
it would be appropriate there because Card would still be defending us, even if
Okay.
it was half-assedly. Like, it's not a vulnerable target.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, crit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And Rogar.
I'm gonna rage, and then run over here, take a leap off, and jump down here to attack the bar guys with a reckless attack.
that one's sleeping, isn't it?
Oh, it is sleeping, so not reckless.
That'll hit.
16. Okay.
Diving off of the cliff, you land right on top of the Bargheist and just shove your glaive straight through it.
And I'll use my last 5 feet to move right here.
All right. Carganto. Well, just Card, because Anto's stunned.
Am I flanking?
Mm.
How about now?
Okay.
Alright.
It's begrudging.
I will attack my axe. 10 slashing. I will use one of my superiority dice to do a trip attack. Try to knock it over. Does an extra 8 damage, so 18 damage. Boo. And then I will use my action surge to take the dodge action.
All right. Kryn.
Kryn will let out a sigh and then shoulder his rifle and shoot this Bargheist right here.
Don't like my move, eh?
Boots with the firearm attack.
Yes, boots with the firearm attack. That's 9 damage.
All right, to Corin.
Let's see. They're only asleep for a minute, so I know we need to kind of hurry. I'm gonna step out a little bit here, and I will do a 2nd level magic missile, but I'll just pump straight into this one. $17 damage.
Yeah.
And then I'll back in. Yeah.
That was on the injured one, right?
Yeah.
Boots.
Boots, that's me. Okay, Boots is going to run up to this one and shillelagh it. Which will break her stealth, but she has advantage because she's invisible.
Yeah, that'll hit. And only has 1 hit point, so kaboom.
And then
Shillelagh the shit out of it.
right.
Yeah.
And shillelagh scales super hard. Like late game shillelagh ain't no joke.
Invisinome just collapsed this thing's skull.
And
that does break invisibility, so I'm no longer concentrating on that.
Yeah. And she's gonna archer form the next Bargheist
Okay.
for 9 damage.
Okay. The Bargheist runs away.
Do I get an opportunity there?
Yep.
I know what he's gonna do.
That'll hit.
I'm going to bonus, or I'm going to superiority dice. Hold on, let me make sure I can. Use the weapon attack. Yep, I'm going to use a superiority attack to try to trip it.
Okay.
So 18 damage, and then a strength save DC 14.
Good hit on it.
All right, is that it for you?
Yep.
Is Zonto still stunned at this point?
No, not anymore.
Well, could he actually, he could take an opportunity.
Oh yeah, he could. You're totally
I
right.
thought I was still stunned.
That's the thing till the end of
No,
our
it ends at the end of your turn.
They're dead, right? So
No, they're not dead. They're right here.
No,
They're
ran
running
away. We're trying to.
I will make my opportunity attack.
Hits.
I will
And then doesn't
use-
Teethbreaker have a bonus or something for?
I literally was going to say I'm going to use one of his charges to make an additional opportunity attack.
Okay, that'll do it.
Oh,
Wow. Using the magic quickness of Teethbreaker, you're able to make 2 opportunity attacks, and you sever this thing as it runs. Its body continues for a short while before collapsing and just kind of sliding across the floor.
nice.
And you hear more Bargheists over here somewhere.
So do we want to stay in initiative order, or?
Yep, we do. Oh, where did Corny go? There you are. Rogar,
Do I hear any coming from back here or the entrance?
make a perception check. You don't.
Okay. In that case, I will move up to here.
Make a perception check. Okay, this one was holding an action to attack you, so you see it coming, so it's not a surprise attack.
Nice.
Clever girl.
And this one seems bigger than the other ones. The Bargheist Alpha will try to bite you
20 hits.
for a 9.
And then I will attack with my glaive.
Okay.
No, sure, done reckless. That'll be the end of my turn.
Garganto.
I will attack.
All right, that'll hit.
I will use one of my superiority dice to do a menacing attack.
Okay.
So 14 damage. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw DC 14 or it's frightened of me. Who's the alpha now?
I am the alpha male.
Look at
I
me.
am the alpha male.
Okay, no, it needs to take damage, not gain health. Oops. I accidentally gave it health instead of taking away health. I'm sorry, I cheated. Okay. And is that it for you, Suanto?
Montel, yeah.
I am going to attack,
That'll hit.
and I will action surge to attack again.
That'll hit.
And that'll be it.
Kryn.
Kryn is going to move first. Kryn's going to move to right here. Does Kryn have... It doesn't look like Kryn has a line
Nope.
of sight to fire.
Unfortunately not.
So Kryn's going to double move and get to right here. And then Kryn's going to action surge. So I haven't used that yet today, I don't think. Pretty sure I haven't. And then is going to shoot at this Bargheist
Okay.
and miss.
Alrighty. To Corin.
Can't see anything from there. So I guess I will dash. And that will be my turn.
Okay, well, the Bargheist Alpha is going to Psychic Instinct, and it can target 2 creatures. So it's going to target Rogar and Garganto.
Can it do that if it's afraid of me? What does the fear do again?
It has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and it can't move closer to you.
Fair enough. No, not an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Aw.
Ooh.
Womp womp.
Well, at least it's
One of you stunned, and the other always isn't. That's so useful.
One of us is always stunned, and one of us is always just fine.
one of us tells the truth and the other always lies.
Boots.
Boots is going to move here, and she is going to moonbeam on him. Bah! Fails. He takes 14 whole damage,
Alright.
and she will leave the moonbeam on top of him, and then she will bonus action archer form him. She can do that, right?
Yep.
13.
13 misses.
Okay.
This thing's gonna go here, and it's gonna attack Garganto once, and Rogar once. So this will be Garganto, and this will be Rogar with flanking. Or pack tactics, sorry. I'm assuming 18 hits Garganto,
Yes, it does.
and a 25 of course hits Rogar, so that'll be 8 to Garganto and 9 to Rogar. And Rogar.
I'm going to recklessly attack the Bargheist Alpha.
Oh!
For low damage.
Yeah.
What is that, 9, 11?
11, yeah. And then I'm going to use Daunting Roar. on both the Bargheist and Bargheist Alpha.
Bargheist is afraid of you now.
At least they're both frightened. And my Sexual Protectors came up on the Bargheist Alpha.
Okay.
And that's it.
Garganto.
Well, I'm stunned, so just Onto.
Oh, Onto.
We'll attack Alpha. That
14 just barely hits.
Ooh. And that'll be it.
Kryn.
Kryn will shoot at the Alpha.
That'll hit.
Oh, if I had advantage. 13 damage. Rolled max damage. Nice. And that'll be it for me.
Takoran.
Magic missile at the one I can see. For a 13.
13, wow.
Yeah. Finally getting some 5s out of those missiles.
And the Bargheist Alpha is going to attack Garganto twice.
He takes damage from Moonbeam.
He does take damage from Moonbeam, you're absolutely right. He takes how much damage?
Let me see. Not Ice Knife, sorry. Sorry.
Nope, you can't Ice Knife, you already said it.
6. Takes 6 damage from Moonbeam.
And then it's going to be a 25 and a 15 to hit.
Oh,
On
there's
Garganto.
a disadvantage, but.
Disadvantage, so yeah. Oh, they still hits. 15, 25.
And you take half damage because of my Sexual Protectors.
Nice.
That'll be 9.
Well, that's starting to hurt a little bit.
Boots.
Boots will Archer form the Alpha. 10 damage.
Okay.
And Boots is gonna run into melee and melee him.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's hope she hits.
Shillelagh.
Oh!
13 damage.
Wow.
Crunches it.
Wow,
she's gonna-
Shillelagh is the MVP.
She's gonna turn to Karak and go, I'm the tank.
Perfect.
That means you're the first one to get killed.
I mean, she was.
This is true.
You're not wrong.
Bargheist 1 attack on Rogar and 1 on Garganto at disadvantage.
16 still hits.
13 misses, right? Marcus?
6 misses, yeah.
No, 6, right. 5.
Ow.
And Rogar.
I'm going to recklessly attack this Bargheist. Oh, and I reckless attack, so it was 13, but it still misses. Actually, I'm going to move over here and attack, so I'm flanking, so I don't have to recklessly attack.
15 hits.
For 15. And then my
Okay.
Sexual Protectors come up, and I'll move back over here to get in between him and Takoran. That's it, my turn.
Okay. That's technically out of his range, I think.
I think he's trying to stay within melee.
Yeah, right there then, if that.
Okay, perfect. And Garganto. I figured that's what it was. It was just the map was a little weird.
Yeah.
Garganto, you're hurting a little bit, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's rare.
Not as rare as I would like it to
That
be.
hit.
14 slashing.
And the last Bargheist lets out a horrible screech and then dies.
I'll look at Boots and say, you are the tank. Give her a little pat.
She's just going to grin at you. Kren's gonna walk over to these guys after we make sure that they're all dead and just start slapping Stalworth in the cheek.
Yep, gently waking him up.
He's like, hey, get up. Hey.
What happened?
Their psychic attacks put you to sleep. We saved you.
You're welcome. One of them, they tried to eat that one over there. I don't remember his name.
And I'll point at Darren and show him that he's slashed open.
I think he's gonna need some more medical attention soon.
He immediately runs over. Darren, damn it! I failed. I was the tank, and I let you down.
You should shut up. Shut up. He's stabilized, alive. He's fine. Like, you guys should. Like, I'm not saying don't do what you're doing, but know what you're up against first, and maybe pick your battles better.
Please, sir, take us on as your apprentices.
No.
No.
Just no.
It's gonna be a no from us, dog.
My advice, if you would like to apprentice somewhere, there's a Hunters Guild up
Lowry.
the river, wherever that is. I don't remember.
Lowry.
And Lowry. Go there. They'll be able to give you assignments that you're capable of, and you could work up to things like Bargheists, but you're not there yet.
I really thought we had that one when it was asleep.
Yeah, but there were 5 more.
Our intel was wrong. Thought there was just one.
This is called a Bargheist nest.
I thought they just laid eggs. Thought it was like a bird, like there's the mama, and it just lays eggs.
Okay.
I cast sleep. No. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna lean to Anto and say, I thought I was the stupid one.
You really need to do more like research into what you're up against when you don't know what you're dealing with.
Takes out a notepad, starts writing all this down.
But seriously, go to Lowry, go to the Hunters Guild, they'll be able to help you out.
Yes, sir, and he salutes. I'll make you proud.
Sure.
Whatever.
But
And they just start loading Darren onto like a makeshift gurney. They just like pull out of their bag like a makeshift gurney that like they put together, and they put him on it.
all right, well, I'm sure you don't have any issue with us taking the bounty for this, right?
Well, it's just
what?
I was hoping to get my sister a pair of glasses. Her vision's very bad.
I'm side checking.
Sure.
I'll join you on
I'm
that.
also going to.
He's lying.
Oh, that's Boots inside. I mean,
He's lying.
I'm just gonna let out a roar to intimidate them.
Oh God! There's one of them. It's around. Oh, it's you. Starts like looking around like he thinks there's another Bargheist.
I'm gonna like slap him on the cheek and like grab his head to make him look at me. So he chills out.
And I'll be like, all right, so I know that's bullshit. I've been in this business for a long time, and I know that that's bullshit. So we're taking the bounty, and you're not gonna complain, right?
Yeah, we won't complain.
Good. Now, if you go to Lowry and you learn from the Hunters Guild, you'll be able to take bounties like this yourself, and then you'll be.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a monster up there. We could take it
killed
down.
Yeah, we killed it.
No,
Yeah.
you
Oh.
can't, and it's dead already.
Damn it.
It
It
would have.
tasted wonderful.
It would have killed you. It breathed like extremely hot steam.
Did you get it while I was sleeping?
No,
That's the best opportunity.
we fought it straight up. It knew we were there. Actually, it was hunting us when we noticed it was hunting us and fought it and killed it.
Tasted wonderful.
You can't rely to be able to always sneak up on everything, because if you don't and you,
What if we wait till night?
some things are nocturnal. Some things
don't
never sleep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I really should have gone to the university.
I mean, it's not that hard. Just go to the Hunters Guild and Lowry. They'll be able to help you out. They'll be able to actually teach you how to do this and not get yourselves killed, all right?
Yeah, but just from your professional opinion, which of us is the best tank?
I don't think any of you here could have survived this encounter, so it doesn't matter.
I walked
board
off
with
in the middle of the
conversation
conversation.
He
now.
writes that down.
Sawing off
Yep,
Bargheists
I'm leaving.
first.
Yep, I'm already walking out.
Yeah, I walked
Oh,
off.
well, we
check it
gather
in.
gather all of the ears, the Bargheist ears, and then we leave.
Oh, okay.
How is Anna equipped? Because I know you said she was in leather.
She's wearing leather armor, but she still just has a spear. You get the feeling they just bought a crate of spears. So she just has a spear, but she just doesn't have the same heavy armor.
I'm gonna point to her and say, "That's not the right weapon for you. You need a bow or a short sword."
Okay.
I use a gun. There's nothing wrong with using a ranged weapon. This is a hell of a lot cooler than a spear, and I'll just shoot it.
It's too loud. It's too loud. Hurts my ears.
Then you shouldn't be doing this. If that's what you're worried about, then you should not be doing this because you're soft.
She starts crying.
I'm gonna start roasting my bar hog leg over a fire.
If you guys want to take this seriously and not get yourself killed, you need to do the work to make sure that you don't get eaten. But that's all the more I'm going to say. You may not be lucky enough next time. Someone may not be here to save you.
I'll walk into where the others are.
Okay.
While he was having that conversation, I was looking around to see if there's anything of value or note in their den.
So there is. Let me see. There is a healing runestone, so one of these. And there is most of the stuff's in here has been eaten and destroyed. There's not a lot of valuable things, unfortunately.
That's not surprising.
Now I have 2 healing runes.
Let me see. There is a book in here about. There's actually a collection of books. It looks like one person in here is probably a book courier or a librarian of some kind, and he has a large collection of interesting books. In addition to that, you find a single tiara worth 100 gold. Looks like it might have been a gift for somebody. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot in here.
I point to
No.
core into the books.
We get money for the bounty, if nothing else.
I would like to look over the books.
So there is, for the first book is called Legendary and Infamous Kobolds of History.
There's enough for a book.
It's like a paperback. It's like 20 pages.
It's a pamphlet.
It's a pamphlet.
The second one is called What Color is Your Dragon? And it's a collection of different quizzes and tests to find out what your color of dragon is, and some other animals. You know,
I would like to take the test.
you know, what kind of weasel would I be? Where in the world am I from? Based on these 10 questions. It's basically
really
a collection of dumb Facebook quizzes.
I want to know what kind of dragon I am.
Oh boy, 1 second.
Anto wants to know what kind of weasel he is.
You guys are making me pull all this out of my ass right now.
I'll also take the dragon test.
I'll keep casting messages around
Okay.
back and forth.
I have
So
a
it
list
gets-
here of. All right. Everybody, whoever wants to take the dragon test, roll a d30. I got a list of 30 dragons here.
All right. No, I can't do. Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
Jeremy and Otto and Rogar are the same dragon. Interesting.
Rogar and Anto are both Hellfire worms. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Carganto is what the fuck is this?
Carganto's a Draco Lich. Or Torkoran's a Draco Lich.
Okay, well I'm just gonna change the name of this place because this place doesn't exist in my world. There we go. And that's Torkoran.
Yep, that fits me. Cowardly and flightless.
I am both of those things.
Just for the hell of it, I am going to cast Detect Magic just to do a once-over of the cave. Obviously, the healing rune comes up as magic, but...
And what was the other one that I have?
Weasel.
Oh, it's yeah.
Anto wanted to know what kind of weasel he was.
Oh. Anto, roll a d10.
Rogar would want to know too.
I hate you all.
You rolled the same thing again.
Jeremy is a radiant weasel. They are weasel companions often bestowed as gifts from a deity to a champion of noble deeds. Oh, and you both got that. Cool. Easy.
Rogar doesn't believe the book can tell where he's from, so he's gonna take that quest too.
Oh my god. Roll it knows where you're from. Got almost the exact area right. You're mind boggled. You know that this is magic.
Like, you rolled a D2 and we're like, fuck it, I'm done.
It was just supposed to be a funny book title, guys.
Rogar didn't like his weasel answer, so he's gonna take that thing again.
Well,
Alright, we're moving on.
yep, we're going back to town with the ears to collect the bounty.
And nothing came up with the detect magic. I see.
No, just the rune.
And of course, is either book magical?
No, they're not magical.
Oh.
But you guys do return to town and collect 200 gold for the bounty, divided by
Well, good.
Number
I
of
mean, we
you.
have 600 total now from between the two missions.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
quite a bit.
perfect.
So we can easily distribute that into 100 gold each.
Everybody gets 100 gold. Make sure Boots gets hers.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give her 10 platinum.
And is there anything else that you guys want to do? Other than that, I think this is a good spot to leave off because I got stuff planned, but I wanted Nicole to be here, and also it's going to be a good spot, good stuff to happen on the last session before we end off. Is probably when we're going to start your guys' journey. If you still want to do that, or unless you change your mind, you want to go somewhere else.
Nope.
But it sounds like you guys want to make the long trek to the Alliance to capitalize on their lack of adventurers.
That's what we're currently in line to do. Wasn't there someone somebody was setting up shop here and we were going to check on them, or?
There's Chester the Runesmith up in Airedale. He was in the Skaven prison with you guys in the first session. He was a fugitive from the Empire because he can do magic-y stuff. And he can make weapons. And he's currently in hiding in Airedale. He was going to set up a rune-making workshop so you guys could have runes put on your weapons from him.
Well, I mean, if there's nothing else for us to do currently in Lavencaster, we might go check on him. I don't know if that's something good for us to do now, or if you want to cut off now because there's something specific coming in Lavencaster.
Well, he wasn't in Levencaster. He was in Air or whatever it is.
No, what I'm saying is we're right now proposing to leave off in Levencaster because something is about to happen. I don't know if that's specific to Levencaster.
No. Just you guys were gonna start heading over to the west, and I wanted to.
Well, Aridel's even on the way to the west.
It certainly is. Yeah, you could definitely do that. And then we have all the animals figured out of how you guys are doing that, right?
Yeah, we already bought it. It's already in the inventory, so I assume by this point our stuff is prepared, and we'll...
Yeah, if you guys want to take a couple of days and make your way over, you can do that for sure.
So from what I gather, me and Takoran are riding in the cart. Boots has a mastiff mount. For now, Karg is walking, but he might get a elephant. If anyone else wants a mount, now would be the time to get it.
Okay.
Imagine Rogar and Karganto could both pretty easily walk. Yeah. Pretty stout figures.
Would I have been able to get my weapon silvered?
Yeah, definitely you can do that. I was going to change something about how silvered works, but I'd have to read it. What did I change?
How heavy are you?
No, that's still how it works. So, I just to clarify, the silvered works for creatures that if it says they have resistance to non-magical weapons, then silvered overcomes that. But some creatures might have resistance to weapons that aren't something else other than just magical.
There.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like this here, I'll just pull something out of my ass. This creature is not vulnerable to has resistance to weapons that are not made of adamantine. Right. So the silvered wouldn't overcome that. It just overcomes if the creature needs to be attacked with magical weapons. The silvered can overcome that, which is still pretty common. So I'm not telling you not to do it. I think it's a great idea.
The adamantine qualifier is extremely rare. The magical qualifier is extremely common when you get to a certain level.
Yes.
And if I wanted to make it magical, the tier 2 upgrade, I have to have it silvered first, anyways.
Yep.
Silvered.
How much gold did the level 2 spell scrolls cost from the? The university.
Let me check. They are 250 gold, I think. No, 100. 100.
Should probably get one of those.
No, I was right the first time. It's 250.
Okay, so 250 for the scroll.
Commons 100, uncommons level 1 is 100, level 2 is 250, and then 3 is 500.
I would like to buy alarm from them.
Okay, no problem.
And then 50 gold worth of ink and paper.
Surely, as you do. And then it's a couple days up to Airedale, so is that what we want to do?
Sure.
We're going to go check on Chester.
On the trek, I will have taken the time to transcribe alarm.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem at all.
Does that use up the scroll?
It does. It uses the scroll.
Okay.
But then I can cast it at any time. It's nice. Because it's that one I believe is ritual.
So you guys go ahead and make your way back to Airedale. You return to the city, and I'm assuming you would go to the town hall and go ahead to his little secret workshop down there. The mayor sees you guys, welcomes you in, and would take you down to the secret lair. There's a small bookshelf that kind of has to be shifted out of the way, and it opens up to a hidden basement beneath the town hall. And going down, you see basically a small underground studio apartment covered in different tools and machinery and different books and scrolls, and even a couple runes, which are just all over the place on different tools. And Chester's there, and he sees you guys. He says, "Well, hello, friends. I wasn't expecting to see you again. You've been gone for some time. As you can see, I'm getting set up down here.
It may be even longer before you see us again. It looks like we're going to head over to the Alliance for a bit and do some work.
The Alliance, huh? I wouldn't mind, if you'll have me, I wouldn't mind going over there. I think that they'd appreciate my services in the Alliance, and I'm going crazy down here.
Give you some protection from the Empire, too, sure?
Yeah, I've heard that Black Wolf is sniffing around town again for me, but Mayor's kept her word and has been keeping me safe.
Well,
And he looks fearfully at Carganto, as the last time you guys had met, Carganto threatened to kill him.
I'm sure if you came with us, you'd be very thankful and grateful and be more than willing to share some of your services.
I'm more than happy to. But, and he kind of looks at you nervously, and he kind of narrows his eyes, almost like he's trying to figure something out. He says, I heard you worked with the dog previously.
We did.
Do I have your word that you're not just trying to get me out in the open and turn me into him?
You do.
I
Make a
would just
persuasion
drag
check.
you upstairs if we were going to do that.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
It's like, we can drag you out of here anytime we want. Persuasion. Where is it? There it is. 23.
All right, give me a few hours to gather my things.
Sure.
And he starts packing up and attaches a rapier to his side that's looks like it has a sleeve tattoo on it. There's just so many runes up and down the blade. And he just starts throwing stuff into bags, and he says, "Oh, by the way, I'm not allowed to leave, so you guys are gonna have to sneak me out. The mayor said that I have to provide my services to the town, or she'll turn me into the Empire."
Is there a mirror in the room, or any mirror
Yeah, sure.
surfaces?
Why not?
I will go up and cast. I'll say, take a look at that mirror, and I'll cast invisibility onto him.
That's pretty cool. You guys have gotten stronger. Jeez. I've been going crazy in here, so I expect detailed stories of everything you've been doing.
I'm sure Boots will be happy to tell them to you.
Boots, that's the elf girl.
She's the tank.
Yes.
She'll lift her hand and be like, me. But you'll have to let me braid your hair.
To the Alliance, then.
Yeah, we'll need to get you out of town in the next hour. Well, I suppose I could always recast this.
All right. Onwards then. And here, before we go, and he starts digging around in a box, and he pulls out a small, beautiful flask that's inscribed with various symbols, and he pulls out a couple of cheap glasses and begins pouring everybody a drink. And he kind of passes it around to everybody and says, to new adventures then.
Is it filled up all
New
the way?
adventures.
What'd you say, Brian?
Is the glass filled up all the way?
Not all the way. It's he had a small bottle of liquor, but it's expensive.
I'm holding it up, like waiting for him to finish the serving.
There's nothing left, big guy.
I hand Karg mine.
He's
Let me process this.
he says, "No, I wouldn't deprive you," and takes down the thing like a shot glass.
And as you guys get ready to head out of Airedale and start the long journey to the west, I think that's probably a good spot to end off on.
Alright.
Journey to the West. That's a famous story in Chinese folklore.
Time to play Oregon Trail. Let's go.
Kinda. Oh no, Garganto has dysentery.
Bad water. No water. Corin died of starvation.
No,
Corin
our
died of-
oxen!
And we're not leveled up, but we will level up next session.
You've broken a wheel. Oh no, you've broken a tongue. Oh,
You've
no,
broken your Takorin.
You've broken an axle.
It's only a matter of time.
Corin fell and broke his leg.
Well, thanks, guys. I had a fun time. We managed to get through pretty much a full session length. So,
Yeah.
good times.
Solid.
I appreciate you bearing with my metagame. Let's wait till next time.
No, it's
That's
all good.
fair.
That had nothing to do with it. I really wanted bugbear and gravy pie.
You didn't get any.
That clear.
You got a substitute.
I guess terror stew will have to suffice.
Terrorist too.
You got a decent substitute though. Boots made you a decent substitute. I'll have to ask Nicole how I did. See if I did a good job.
I think she'll think you've done a great job.
Well, I need to see how recovered Nicole thinks versus how in the middle of drinking game Nicole thinks I did.
Yeah, I'm expecting her to watch it. So
Yeah.
Well, it'll be on Twitch and YouTube, so plenty of opportunities too. Thanks for letting me stream it.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty
Man.
neat.
I expect royalties.
Oh yeah.
Out of all of the money that we make on this, I expect some royalties.
What specifically 1/7 of all of the money we make on it. I'm sure it'll be a great sum.
Oh yeah.
We'll maybe
1,000th of a penny.
get-